Whoa. Whoa, man. Whoa. That's a double rainbow. Whoa. Let me see what's going on here. Something's fucked up with this camera. Not really sure what it could be. There we go. Something got mucked up on my camera. You gotta love the... I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was fucking odd. Alright, let me see if this is working. Check, 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 check. That's working. Let me get this working. That's working. Wow, that was bizarre. What the fuck's wrong with my fucking camera? Jesus. It's fucking weird. It's like I almost think I should clean it up a bit. This camera fucking let's do it like this. Clean it all off there. And a little dry clean. There we go. Oh, fuck. That's the most I cleaned all week. Hey, how are you, everybody? Well, that was weird. Oh, wait. Let me put a bunch of L's in the chat so I can go along with the children. L. There you go. Look at all those L's. I love that we're all spreading love in my chat. All you need is love. I hate this introducing the new notes tab that StreamYard did to me today. I don't need this fucking thing here. I don't know how to get it. I don't know how to get it off, Edith. How do I get this fucking thing off? I don't want it. Fucking get rid of it. I don't want it. Fuck. It's just fucking... I hate when these companies do this to just add something that you don't want and you can't get rid of it. Who are these people? Fucking hell. I don't want it. YouTube's terms of service. I can't even get rid of it. Just for you, all you people at home, there's this like purple strip going across the top of the screen of StreamYard. And I don't want it there. Announcement, introducing the notes tab. I don't want the fucking notes tab. How do I get rid of this fucking thing? Layouts, fucking hotkeys, camera, visual effects. Fuck me, man. What is this thing here? I don't want to leave studio. Fuck it. Fucking notes tab. I don't fucking know. I'll have to figure out if I can get it taken off here.
Welcome to Dabbleverse Live, the weekly Dabbleverse roundtable. that dominates the Dabbleverse. And if you host a smaller Dabbleverse show and you think we're talking down to you and dismissing you, you're absolutely correct. My name is Blind Mike, and it's on my channel this week. So I'm introing the show even though Karl wrote something. Hello, folks. Don't bother super chatting me because I can't read them. Instead, if you're new here, consider subscribing and checking out all the other videos that I do on this program, Why You Laughing, the Blind Mike Project. And if that money's burning a hole in your pocket and you need something to do with it, consider becoming a member because I've got a little tease for you. Me and a couple other big Dabbleverse celebrities are starting a new members-only show. Very exclusive, very naughty. It's behind a paywall. So get ready for that and whatever Karl has for an intro. Hello, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
How was that? Karl never let me do an intro on WATS, so I was very excited.
It was fantastic. I'm really glad that you did that. I'm glad to be on your channel.
It was a big step for me, yeah.
For Dabbleverse Live. Of course, Dabbleverse Live is our new show that will rotate back and forth to our channels. And today, on Dabbleverse Live, Legion of Skanks are the latest to take notice of the Dabbleverse and how it's the most important thing happening on the internet today. Stuttering John challenged Tookie to a boxing match, and then when John was offered money to fight him, John backed down like a bear of Hausa. Also, Stuttering John is still striking channels. We have the latest victim stopping by to talk about it. Nick Rekieta is the latest target for the one-trick pony that is Kevin Brennan. Ron the Waiter claims Anthony DM'd him and it sent Opie reeling. We have the inside scoop on what really happened. Schmuel Buckman destroyed Geno on Husey's show. Steel Toe posts a video of him playing basketball. Chad Zumock embarrasses himself with the Zumock Award show. All that and the Aussie Guy will be joining us as a special guest. But first, the most important part of every episode of Dabbleverse Live is, of course, the banter.
Banter World Order. BWO.
That's right. We start off this show with banter because no one else is doing that, Mike. We're the only show on the internet. Forget about the Dabbleverse. The Dabbleverse is just this tiny little piece in the corner of the internet. I'm talking about the entire internet. No one's doing what we do. Started the show with just two friends catching up with a little banter back and forth. Am I right about that?
Yeah, and if you're new here to Dabbleverse Live and you aren't sure what banter is, and you've heard people talking on the streets, it's that thing from WATS, the best part of it, when people are like, I didn't really care for who are these socials, but I like the beginning, when they just hang like a couple of buddies. That's what this is.
Banter was so important on WATS that we had multiple stingers.
Here come the guys with the banter. Got frosted tips, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter. The other can't see shit, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter.
People are buying memberships. We appreciate that. You can super chat us. I know Mike said not to, but please do. It helps support Blind
I just
Mike.
can't read them, so I don't know. I guess you'll read them.
Yeah, I'll read them. It's fine.
Right.
It's no problem. Yeah, it's like I'm not as good as Craig or Ackright.
You read better than both Craig and KC. I don't like to buy. You're already running the show. It's a whole thing when I take over, you know?
Oh, you're fine.
I wear a lot of hats.
I will say, we brought the banter over from WATS, as you mentioned. A lot of people are saying we should bring Guess the Sound over to Dabbleverse Live.
I'm down for that.
Okay. Yeah, Dame Taft with $2. Play Guess the Sound. All right. I mean, I don't have it prepared today, but I can see that becoming
Dabbleverse sounds when one of these retards spurgs out just John grunting or something.
That's actually a good idea. Oh, you know what? I do have a guess. Now that you brought that up, I do have a Guess the Sound. What do you think this is?
Oh! I know. Come on. I know that all too well.
Say it.
One Greg Opie Hughes.
That is the Opster. If you said the Opster, give yourself a bell.
Skunk fart.
All right, I can play my soundboard all day. That's not the point. The point is, I have a new sign-off for us. Of course, the first week I used the King Cobra, rest in peace, as our sign-off because that was, from the WATS program that we did.
Yeah,
sure. But check this out. This is from today's Anthony Cumia show.
Everything gets...
Whoa. That's the wrong clip, Karl. I've already fucked up the show and ruined it. This is, for real, the new sign-up.
Well, there you go. There's your Dabbleverse news.
that's exciting.
I thought that was perfect.
I like that.
This is a news program. People don't realize that. This is the weekly Dabbleverse news program. We tell you all the important things going on in the Dabbleverse.
That's right.
And last week for banter, the way I started things off was Nick Rekieta was defining what the Dabbleverse was.
And now he's entrenched in it.
Well, yeah, he's all in. Well, I'm happy to tell you that today I have Anthony Cumia explaining what the Dabbleverse
hyperbole
is.
fly. Everything gets blown out of proportion. The hyperbole flies in the Dabbleverse, doesn't it? It's like the speed of light in the universe. It warps things and makes things longer or shorter, bigger, smaller. That's what the Dabbleverse does with lies. It makes them huge in the Dabbleverse. The Dabbleverse. I can't believe that's a thing. I can't believe there is something called the Dabbleverse and it's a thing. And there are big planets or heavenly bodies in the Dabbleverse.
He's explaining Dabbleverse Live. Correct. Yes.
I actually don't get what's so confusing about it, honestly. Like, I have my disdain for certain aspects of it, but we've now gotten to the point where it's like, people are, it's so confusing. I don't get what it is. We're mocking other shows. I don't get what's so confusing about it.
I think it's confusing that Stuttering John is so retarded. He created an entire universe that exists, whether he's here or not.
All right, when you put it like that, I guess
That's the part that's shocking.
I'm like, what's so weird about it?
Yeah, exactly. You can't see the forest for the trees, Mike.
That's fair.
And then there are smaller ones that orbit some of these bigger things in the Dabbleverse. And then there's little comets that come in and then they go back out. It's amazing.
Well said, Anthony. I agree. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're all still trying to define it and figure out what is going on here.
We'll get
in
there.
the Dabbleverse. And Mike, it's too big of a task for just you and me.
That's right.
We need someone to help us out to figure out what's going on in the Dabbleverse. And this is one of my favorite characters from the Dabbleverse. He's had some outstanding moments in the past year or two. Of course, I'm talking about the Aussie Guy from United States of Australia. Welcome, Dean. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it. I want to start off. It's a bit rich of Anthony Cumia to be mocking the hyperbole. Like the blacks are ruining the world, are they, Anthony? That's what's going on.
I mean, he's just stating facts. I mean, you live on the west coast of Australia. You don't know what's going on over there.
I didn't know there were so many black politicians in the US, but there you go.
Fair enough.
Weird way to start.
Oh, yeah, I think I coming in with some hot takes over here. Well, speaking of hot takes, this was very exciting. Legion of Skanks took notice, and on a bonus show behind the paywall that they did, and it came out Friday, so we weren't able to talk about it on last week's Dabbleverse Live. But Big J Okerson, Louis J Gomez, Dave Smith decided to talk about the Dabbleverse. They don't just talk about it; they do a pretty kind of a deep dive.
Yeah, Louis is hooked, and Jay, for some reason, is pretending he doesn't really know anything. It's weird to me, but
It's hilarious.
I've been waiting to talk about it all week.
Yeah, and by the way, I heard you say on your show, I hope Karl doesn't bring this up on WATP.
I'm
listening.
This guy, I know my buddy Karl, and he's going to wait for Dabbleverse Live. And then I saw the video, and I was like, fuck.
I'm listening Sunday morning to the Blind Mike Project as I'm uploading my podcast where I covered all of this. Like, he's going to be pissed.
It's all right.
Cardiff sent me the audio right before I did the show. And I was like, oh, cool. I have the audio. I can do this.
I understand.
But also, So Thorough Joe Burrow, one of the great clippers in the Dabbleverse, was able to grab. I didn't have the video version of it when I covered this on WATP. So I'm excited to hear about potentially this Dabbleverse entering Skankfest.
Yeah.
I guess Chad Zumock challenged Stuttering John to a boxing fight. He wants to do it at Skankfest.
Not at the Garden?
And then I was like,
They would bring that to us?
I've always liked Chad. Chad's always been nothing but cool to me, and he's a funny enough comic. I don't like
Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know his like stuff that well, but I've seen him a few times. He's always done well. He's a pro. Like he's not like, but a lot of people are like, yeah, dude, you don't understand, man. You got to get Tookie and Blind Mike, a live show at Skankfest, and have Stuttering John and Zumock fight. It's like, come on, you have no idea how motivated the Dabbleverse is. And I was like, guys, anybody in the Dabbleverse knows about Legion of Skanks already.
You invited me and Tookie to Dabbleverse, you son of a bitch. It wasn't, I didn't hear anyone else saying it.
That's hilarious that he's just like, yeah, everyone's telling me this thing. You guys didn't even ask.
You invited us.
Literally, Lewis was on your show with you and Tookie. And Lewis goes, Mike, you come to every single Skank Fest. We love that you come. This year, it's on me. I'm going to put you up, VIP tickets. Yeah. And you were like, you don't have to do that. I'm happy to purchase a ticket. Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Can I put my hand up as someone who found out about Legion of Skanks through the Dabbleverse, thanks to Blind Mike and others? I didn't know Legion of Skanks before I got into the Dabbleverse.
I think there's something to that. I mean, the Legion of Skanks are a much bigger podcast than any of ours. But yeah. I think there is a lot of crossover. So I get what he's ultimately saying. I think what Lewis is kind of missing is, yes, they all know Legion of Skanks, but there's a lot of people that wouldn't be motivated to go to Skankfest if it wasn't for something like that. But I have another thought on this. We can finish playing this clip, but I have another thought on why Lewis looks down on the Dabbleverse. And it hit me when I was listening to this clip, and I totally understand and actually agree with him. But let's finish.
All right.
It's not like there. It's just like this small subsect of the internet that it's like we don't need.
Well, what is it? What is the Dabbleverse exactly? What shows are in it? Is that with like the?
I know this is great. Jay's like, all right. I don't know if he's like testing Lewis because Lewis is the one who brought it up.
I was on a show called Point Dabble Point that Big J Okerson super chatted into.
Yes, correct. Jay knows everything that's going on. He's going to show his hand a little bit here. But I like these.
It's like they dabble. What do they do?
Well, Dave actually doesn't know anything about it.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is great because Dave asks some really dumb questions, which is fine. He should.
We don't need.
Well, what is it? What is the Dabbleverse exactly? What shows are in it? Is that with like the Who Are These Podcast guys? I watch a lot of their clips.
I literally only know the name from hearing you two say the Dabbleverse before. I
hear the term used all the time, and I assume it's the people that I'm hearing talk about, but I don't know what the term comes from or anything.
I don't know the actual origin, but I think the initial thing was like Schmule making fun of Stuttering John. And then
I got to be honest with you. When I heard Lewis say, I believe it started with Schmule, I went, I gritted my teeth for a second. I'm like, oh boy.
I DM'd him and I said, you're spot on. Don't look any further into it. It was Schmule first. Carl stole his idea. Schmule was the bigger man about it. It's been a whole thing. But you got
as I always say, thank you, OJ, and thank you, Schmule.
Hey, at least he didn't call Chrissy Mayer the queen of the Dabbleverse.
That's true. Although she does come up.
Kevin Brennan started doing like hate watch podcasts. So I think at the center of it is kind of like Stuttering John as a jackass that everyone makes fun of. And then everyone started building shows around it.
That's the
I guess like an alcoholic or something
in this universe.
I want Big J. I guess he's like an alcoholic or something. I don't know. I'm just hearing this from my grandma. I don't know what's actually going on.
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe he shit himself the other night. I don't, but I really don't know.
Yeah, the Stuttering John is the core of all of it, I believe.
Okay.
And then everyone started orbiting around Stuttering John, and then there's all these other little planets with their own solar systems now, and it's like it gets down to there's like certain shows that have 12 viewers.
Oh, United States of Australia got a call out. That was nice.
Hey, come on, man. That's a bit harsh when we're talking about Geno today. It's the easy one to go for.
That's true. That's a good point. All right. So what's your thought process on this, Mike?
It dawned on me listening to this clip why Lewis and other people that hear about the Dabbleverse look down on it. First of all, Lewis's introduction to the Dabbleverse is people like Geno. So he assumes we're all like that, I guess. Just fucking mental patients spiraling and yelling about COVID in 2026. So that's part of it. But the other thing is, and I defended Chad last week, and I don't have a problem with Chad at all. I listened to Chad say, Lewis, I want to weigh back in. I'm a real comedian. Let me back in. I know what I'll do at Skankfest. The premier comedy fest. I mean, Netflix as a joke is bigger, but Skankfest is the coolest comedy festival that exists. And Chad, I know my way in. Let me fist fight an old drunk. All these people, it's not like no one's at the thought, let me do a podcast at Skankfest. Let me do stand-up at Skankfest. They're like, let me bare knuckle box a fucking homeless guy as a spectacle at your festival.
Yeah, and also the fact that they bring up Kevin Brennan. They're like, and then Kevin Brennan's hate watching stuff.
Right.
Which, Kevin Brennan's show was obviously he wants to fight with people. And then it wasn't until he watched Schmule and my show, he's just like, oh, I can just watch YouTube videos and people watch me watch YouTube videos. I'll just do that then.
Yeah. And that Kevin Brennan's show is an example of what we do. I think it's a bad example, but like, I think that's another thing where Lewis is like, oh, I guess they're all like that, where they just yell at the camera about how much everyone sucks.
Well, but the I guess the point I was going to make is that like Kevin Brennan takes everything personally and has these like real fights with people, or whatever real means, but has these fights with people where he just hates people. We're going to talk about him versus Nick Rekieta later on in the show. Whereas the rest of the shows of the Dabbleverse are having fun with it. Like most of us aren't Geno and Chad and Kevin. Right. Most of us are Karl and Mike and Dean, where we're just like, this is what we do for fun. Yeah. We enjoy making fun of other people. And I don't have a problem with any of these people. Like, Stuttering John literally has a lawsuit with me. He sued me. And I don't hate Stuttering John. I appreciate what he does and the content that he puts out that we get to ridicule.
You don't hate him a little at this point? You must hate. I wouldn't blame you if you hated him at this point.
I don't. I can't hate John. He's too slow. He's too slow to hate. He is vindictive. He is a douchebag, but he doesn't know any better. He's not smart enough to figure it out.
Interesting. Yeah, that's
yeah.
I love when bigger comedians talk about Chad. They always say, Chad's always been good to me. And like that always, it just sounds like a dog whistle to Chad of like, I don't want any trouble, Chad. I don't want any trouble. I'm just saying you've always been nice to me. All right. Like let's just move on.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Chad either. That's why I'm like, I don't know I guess I don't know all the lore that like Karl and I don't have a problem with him either. But like as a comedian, like I think it's a weird route to be like, I'll fist fight at Skankfest instead of like, I'll do comedy. Because they have comedians smaller than Chad there. You know what I mean? Like
up and comers, yeah.
Legitimately, yeah. Like there are people lesser known than Chad there. So it's crazy to me that Chad's not like, hey, Lewis, let me do a couple of sets at Skankfest. Instead, he's like, let me box.
Sorry. I think there's a couple of factors to it. One, Chad, Steel-Toe, John, they're all the same. There's an ego factor to it. And like that would be Chad like accepting that he's a lower level and accepting a lower opportunity if he just went there to be a lower comedian. That's one part of it. But also with Chad, like again, yeah, I don't have a problem with Chad. He's been nothing but nice to me, but I never see him go for the joke. He just you know, he always seems to be going for like a nasty comment rather than something funny.
I have a great example of that when Nick Rekieta super chats MLC earlier this week and Chad's on, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. Let's get back to Legion of Skanks and Jay playing dumb about what the Dabbleverse is.
Isn't like the Ray DeVito like is part of that whole thing too, and Chad and Kevin Brennan? That's like their whole world.
He's the furthest planet from the sun.
And there's the Who Are These Podcasts that kind of just goes at everybody and kind of like picks apart the podcasts in general.
I believe, but I like Blind Mike.
And then, I don't know Blind Mike at all.
Now hold on,
come on.
He goes, I don't know Blind Mike at all, which he shouldn't. There's no reason he should know me. But listen to what he says after that.
Yeah, I know. He knows exactly what it is. I just want to point out real quick the Ray DeVito thing, because Ray DeVito gets brought up multiple times.
Yeah.
So these guys perform at the Stand every Monday, Legion of Skanks Live.
Yeah.
And Ray DeVito, I think, performs at the Stand regularly. I think he has like a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night thing that he does there.
Okay.
So I think he hangs around when they're doing their live show. So I think that's why Ray's on their radar, because he gets brought up multiple times. We're talking about the
John Lewis's other podcast a couple times. The old Real podcast he was on a few times. So like they know him for sure, and I'm sure, I'm sure Ray's around in comedy and stuff. But that's another thing that I mean. They're like, oh, they're all like Ray DeVito. Like that's their knowledge of it, which I think is totally understandable. Like if I knew 5 guys in a world.
Yeah,
I wouldn't examine it and be like, well, maybe some of them are better than Ray DeVito or Geno or whoever. I would just be like, oh, I guess it's all kind of like that.
Right. You know? A quick funny aside. I went to see Mark Norman do stand up here in Rochester, and I went up and talked to him afterwards. And I had a connection. A couple of guys tried to connect me to Mark, both Dr. Steve and Ray DeVito. And so, of course, I brought that up to him. And even Mark was just like, it sucks, you know, Ray DeVito. So it's like, this is kind of like a known thing, I think, amongst comics, is like Ray DeVito's, he's around. People know about him.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it makes me wonder if it's why Ray never wants to talk about the Dabbleverse, because these guys are winding him up at the stand on a Monday night. They're saying to him, "Oh, you're the fucking Dabbleverse guy," you know, and it's freaking him out. So he never wants to talk Dabbleverse. He doesn't want to be that guy.
Right.
No, our gay blind Mike.
Yeah, you do.
I only know one blind Mike.
I know gay blind Mike. I don't know who blind Mike is.
You definitely know who Blind Mike is. You've met him at Skankfest, the blonde guy.
That's vague. Strangely.
No, it's not.
A blind guy.
Actually, pretty specific. A blind guy at Skankfest named Mike. That's specific as fuck.
I don't recall, but I've heard the show, like it's Blind Mike Project, right? Like a show. I see,
He's like, what? I don't even know this guy. I mean, of course, the Regal Blind Mike Project I'm aware of, but Blind Mike I'm not familiar with.
He literally said, "I've never heard of Blind Mike," and then 3 sentences later, he hosts the Blind Mike Project. Well, we all know that.
I know that. Oh, that Blind Mike, of course. I'm sorry.
the clips and stuff. Yeah.
No, he's actually awesome because he's actually a fan of comedy. He's a fan of comedy, so he does
too much.
You're the one who pulled this clip. Stop it.
I said stop it before Lewis starts heaping praise.
You did not. You did not. You gave me a timestamp of 3:03. We're at 2:50. Stop pretending you're modest. Let's hear the praise.
Half like making fun of the Dabbleverse stuff, but also half just like talking about what's going on in the comedy world. He was what do they call it? Barstool guy. He like worked on Barstool Sports for a while. He was like the blind guy on one of the bigger shows.
I like the idea that like every show had a blind guy, and I was on one of the bigger shows.
Yeah, Kirk Minahan's blind guy was probably one of the better blind guys from Barstool.
I'm not Big Cat's blind guy or Ryan Whitney's blind guy. I'm with Kirk.
Very impressive. All right, so let's find out why Lewis is apprehensive to get involved in the Dabbleverse or have the Dabbleverse be a part of Skankfest coming up.
And so they want to box at the thing. You don't have any interest in Stuttering John and Chad Zumock boxing?
No, I mean, unless you guys really do. If you guys want to see it, I'm not like, oh my God, fuck the Dabbleverse. Like, I get how it's kind of funny. It's this little subsect of a world, but it's just not, I just feel kind of cheap being involved.
No, I got you. I don't know about anything else other than I said I would just like, as far as having people do shows and podcasts, no, I have no idea about that. But watching Chad Zumock and Stuttering John box would be funny. Yeah, for sure.
That would be funny. And also, I guess I
would enjoy watching that. Yeah.
Steel Toe morning show. That's another guy. He wants to box Harrington.
No. Run!
Well, somebody.
I know.
Ruin my favorite festival. I go here every year. I don't want people asking me, "Hey, you go to the Steel Toe fight?"
Isn't it funny? Lewis goes, "I have no interest in Chad Zumock versus Stuttering John," and then he's the one who brings up also the Steel Toe guy wants to get involved. Like, oh, I mean, you're getting real deep now.
Oh, I heard you guys talking about it. I think you and Patrick maybe were talking about it, and I just assumed it wasn't on Lewis's radar. And then when I heard him bring it up, I was like, "No, please."
Yep, we're talking about this little piggy.
Don't do it, damn it.
Also, in this world, got in trouble like for sending like naked pictures, and like. Maybe went to jail a little bit. And
I love Big J playing dumb. He's just like, I guess someone like sent naked pictures and maybe went to jail for a little bit or something.
Yeah. Geno, he goes, "Your boy did pretty well, huh?" And I don't know any of this, but I just think
a couple that did a show together broke up. It's like there's actual like drama within it, which is
no.
Like
that's my problem. Is like it gets a little bit like it moves off the internet and they start to like dox each other and get each other swatted and like. Yeah, there's like a lot of like the problem.
The guys
is
are in real trouble for like sending a dirty picture or something.
Of course. Well, the whole problem with this world is that the ceiling is so low. It's like as soon as you step into the room, your head hits the ceiling, and that's kind of as far as it goes.
So again, I get what he's saying. Where if you're an outsider and you're looking at John suing other people, you're just like, I don't want to get involved in that. You know what I mean? Like I get why it has that reputation. Being in it. I do think it's easy not to be involved in that stuff. Hopefully,
well, it was funny on Jim Norton Can't Save You this week. Anthony Cumia was on, and Jim goes, "Oh, I've been meaning to ask you, is Stuttering John suing someone? Is that a real thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's suing Schmule and Karl." And immediately Jim's like, "Okay, well, whatever. I don't want to talk about that. Like, no one wants anything to do with this shit."
Yeah, and you look at that, and you're just like, if you're Lewis, you're like. If something goes wrong, is John going to sue me? And
yes, the answer is yes.
Yes. You're just like, why would I be involved in this horseshit?
Right. Yeah, these people have no sense of humor.
Yeah.
They suck.
My favorite part is, isn't this like 2 Stuttering John fights ago? You know what I mean? We're up to Tookie now. Wasn't there one in between? Like it's funny how quickly John changes his mind.
Yeah. We're all about Hackamania, you know. If he fights at Skank Fest, so be it. But we're talking about Hackamania right now.
John hasn't thought about fighting Chad in like 6 or 7 threats. We're
right.
Lewis ain't putting up $100,000 either.
I love that they're learning the origin, and they do a great job of this. By the way, I was really happy with this because they do some research. They want to get to the bottom. Why is it called the Dabbleverse? What is this all about?
This was the best part. They found a Reddit thread where they whoever posted it did a pretty good job, and Jay reading it was very funny to me.
That's great.
The show laughed about it on the next episode, and John went even more irate. Who Are These Podcasts started covering John every episode because he reacted like a child, and an audience grew. Schmule Agar, former Stern staffer, was a guest on Who Are These Podcasts, friend of the show, and joined in with a few harmless jokes and mentioned John has been attacking him for years for some reason. John went irate.
John loves going irate. Does he just always goes irate? John only has one mode.
Yeah.
Lewis goes irate.
Schmule started his own podcast that goofed on John called The Uncle Rico Show. John went even more irate. John was a guest on Chrissy Mayer podcast, and she mentioned that he dabbled in comedy, and John went irate.
It's all Chrissy. God bless Chrissy.
People started calling him the Dabbler to get under his skin, and John once again went irate. Dabbler.
I don't know the next thing, but I think I know John's reaction. Go ahead, Jay. I don't want to spoil it.
John was measured and cool.
It's amazing how quickly you realize. And by the way, like John would be like, well, that's all bullshit. It's like, it's so perfectly encapsulates what actually happened.
Yeah. And everyone who understands the Dabbleverse has been following this goes, yep, that's precisely how this all came about. And John would argue with all of it, which is what makes him great. That's why we love him.
And there's still like the parts that John would argue would be like, yeah, but Karl, he put my book on. It's, yeah, but you went irate.
Right.
No matter what nuance you think there is, like that was your reaction, and that's what caused all of it.
And being the narcissist that he is, John would just be like, but that's why I'm the Duke, because I react and I get this, get people to talk about it. It's like he never learns. He justifies it. He thinks it's a good thing.
Yes.
It's all said and done.
A mighty Duke he is.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much, Lewis, for bringing it up. Thanks for going on the Blind Mike project recently.
Yes.
And I'm very excited that more and more people are talking about the Dabbleverse between Anthony Cumia, Louis J. Gomez, Dave Smith's getting into it now.
All the stars. That's right.
All the stars. It's all happening. And speaking of things that are happening.
Yay, super chats.
I specifically asked you not to.
Did you think we wouldn't have that jingle from Who Are These Socials? You'd be wrong. Lori Comp became a Blind Mike Project member.
Well, thank you.
And Drunk Engineer gifted a membership.
Thank you, guys.
Christian Blatt is in the chat for $5. Is excited for everyone's new favorite show. Almost as excited as for Sunday's WATB halftime show with Tookie Cardiff and Dennis Miller.
Wow.
This is real, by the way. If you tune into Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel during the Super Bowl halftime show, I know you're excited about Bad Bunny. Oh, what's he going to do? Say something about ice? Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be great.
I'm going to have Kid Rock on one screen and Cardiff.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, when the halftime show starts, head over to YouTube. Check out Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel because Christian Blatt is bringing in a huge star, Dennis Miller, who I believe is retired for broadcasting. But look at this. Christian is bringing him back for a very special episode.
So we're going to have another guy go, okay, babe. It's the stars and they're rotating around John. And
So let me get this straight. Schmule was making fun of John, right? That's how it all started. Motherfucker. Rob Johnson became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. Michael Dolan says, a break from retarded super tips is greatly appreciated, he says, with his 10-month membership.
Supertip.gg/USOA.
Germ42 says,
go to that right now. We'll read it. Go to that instead.
So glad this is the first time I'm hearing of this. Oh, wait, fuck off, Karl. How dare you? Germ, I didn't know. I got the audio from Cardiff, and it's Cardiff's fault. Oh, my boy Cabby Ghost says we need Dean versus Aaron on Hackamania undercard.
Would you do that, Dean? Are you in?
Well, if he's put up $100,000 for Stuttering John, he can certainly afford to fly me out. So yeah, I'm in.
All right. All right. So we have another very special guest joining us today. And I know it's only the second episode. People are saying, but Karl, there's only one guest that shows up on Dabbleverse Live every week.
Right.
However, big news happening with Stuttering John Melendez, because not only is John trying to fight everybody in the Dabbleverse, but specifically Tookie, he's also striking channels. We know that he has struck Schmule's channel over 30 times since November. And he struck OJ and Cardiff.
Yeah.
And Liquid Cryptid. And the most recent person he struck is none other than Dabbling Doofus, who joins us live on the show. What's up, Dabbling Doofus?
Hey guys, how you doing?
So weird.
I'm doing great, buddy. It's so good to see you. So before we get into the strikes, I just want to talk about what's going on with John, because this week is fascinating with Stuttering John. He challenges Tookie to a boxing match in Las Vegas during Hackamania and says, Tookie, I'll give you $500 to fight me 5 rounds, 2 minutes a round, 2 minutes in between, and I give you $500. And Tookie goes on 2 different shows on Sunday and says, offer accepted. I'm in. Let's go.
I've been here. I have done this exactly. Hey, Mike, let's do an IQ test. I accept.
Yep.
Oh well, you gotta do the planning, and there can't be any. Okay, all right, this is never gonna happen.
The funniest part about his challenge to you for the IQ test was a few months later. He goes, "I don't even know who Blind Mike is. I've never even heard of the guy."
He was enraging.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I went irate that time.
So what happened is John challenges Tookie to a boxing match. Tookie accepts. Patrick Melton hears this and goes, "Oh, this is during Hackamania. I'll tell you what. I'll make this even easier for John and better for everyone. I'll put up $10,000 as the purse and fly John out and put him up, and we'll make this an event during Hackamania." And John heard about this live on his show. We played the clip on WATP, and John was trying to figure out a way to weasel his way out of it because he was bluffing, and he got called on it. So John's whole thing was, well, who are the refs and who are the judges and what is the logo going to be in the boxing ring? Like, he didn't know what to say. And then he finally realized, oh, go ahead.
John starts at $500. Patrick's like, how about 10,000? And John's like, $250. Like, why? I don't understand. If you're going to do it for $500, why not this great deal?
Right. So then John was like, the wheels are turning. He's very slow. And he finally comes up with the reason why he's not going to accept that offer. Oh, this is going to make so much money for Patrick Melton, and God forbid I make money for Patrick Melton. Therefore, I'm not doing it. Now, Patrick went on his show, I think yesterday, I was watching him, and he goes, well, I'm a fight promoter. Why wouldn't I make a little bit of money off this? Like, let's say that this does bring in more than $10,000 in revenue with pay-per-views and ticket sales, whatever it is. And John's like, well, that could be my money. No, it can't, because you can't put this event on. You don't know how to do it. You need Patrick Melton and his audience and his reach and his capabilities to make this happen. So, yeah, if you want to get a payday and beat up Tookie, who made that joke about your son queefing in your face, then this is the opportunity to do it. But John has proven he's a grade A pussy. I'll stop talking. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Go ahead, buddy.
It's funny, yeah. John thinks he's Metallica, that like the event should be put on for him, as opposed to like he's a washed up band that needs any opportunity they can get. But again, it's all ego, isn't it? Like John just wants to be able to scream this stuff, and he wants to be able to say he's the biggest celebrity and all that. So never going through with it means that none of that stuff ever gets questioned. I just love him talking about himself as a boxer. Because they did a stunt fight 30 years ago, however long it was.
A stunt fight where John's face was bloodied by the end. And he declares this victory, this unanimous victory that he had. It's just like, it wasn't an impressive fight.
Can you imagine if he told Howard back then, no cameras? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do it that way? And if you're John and you're like, we're just going to take care of things in the boxing ring, of course, YouTube's terms of service. Like, if you have that attitude where you're going to kick Tookie's ass or Pocky or the Shitway or any of these people, wouldn't you want it televised to humiliate them? Because otherwise, all you're opening yourself up to, if you're John and there are no cameras, is people are going to go, by the way, I have an idea, Tookie, if you're listening, just accept the no cameras thing. Plan a date, and whenever, say February 9th, and then whenever that date comes, be like, yeah, I beat John with there are no cameras, so he can't prove it, but I beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's to stop anyone from doing that?
That would destroy John. He would go irate.
Right.
The great pests of the chat, I have to address this, because if one of the great Clippers is here chatting with us, we have to respond to it. He says Dabbling Doofus is really OJ with a new filter. What say you, Dabbling Doofus?
I've addressed this a couple times, and it's absolutely true. I just like to throw that out there.
Well, then thank you, buddy. I appreciate all you've done for me.
Yeah.
So I talked to Dabbling Doofus before the show started. We were getting his tech set up, and I got to hear his real voice, and he didn't sound nearly as gay as OJ, because I've talked to OJ in person, so
He sounded perfectly healthy.
Can I quickly digress?
He didn't sound like he had AIDS, so it wasn't OJ. He didn't need to be thanked.
Because OJ's name came up, I just wanted to see, I think I can offer a little bit of clarity as to what OJ is upset about. The conversation leading up to what Rocco said was that Mersh was pulling out because he didn't sell any tickets, and he was using the Kumia thing to cover it up. And Rocco said, this is just like OJ last year. So I think that's what OJ's taken offense to, is that Rocco said he wasn't selling any tickets. That's why he pulled out. Still no reason to get that upset, but that's what I believe.
Baby. Well, that's even more of a baby if that's true.
Yeah. Why would OJ think he would sell tickets?
Right.
I think
you know what I mean? I don't sell tickets.
Why would any of us think we can sell tickets?
Yeah, right. That's insane.
Well, in terms of the promo code, I think his promo code was
No,
used
I know.
quite well.
I know what you mean. That's interesting. Good call, Dean. I've not heard that angle on it. Yeah, because that was a weird reason to throw a pissy fit. Anyway,
I'm a dying man.
we're getting away from it. Dabbling Doofus, what's your take on Stuttering John challenging a fight and then backing out when it's accepted and the offer is sweetened for John?
Well, that part's ridiculous, but look at how he's training for this fight. He's doing incline for 35 minutes at setting 4. What is that, a brisk walk?
Yep.
And
4
he's
miles
saying
per hour.
that he can go, he'd go 2 miles, or he can go 2-minute rounds with a 2-minute rest. He's going to have a heart attack. There's no way he's going to be able to keep that up with his gym routine. But yeah, the money's insane. I mean, obviously the guy is grifting all the time for money, and this seems like the easiest payday he could get, and he gets to have vengeance on Tookie. It's a win for everyone.
John said he doesn't wipe his ass with $7,500, which is what Melton offered for the winner.
He cleans his pants with $7,500.
It costs that much to clean his pants. So then Melton goes, okay, fine. And Patrick's not joking about this. Patrick made the offer. I'm changing the offer to $100,000 if you beat Rocco, but $100,000 if you knock him out in the first round, $20,000 off for every round after that. So if you knock him out in the third round, it's $60,000. You do the math. But John guaranteed he'd knock him out in the first round.
Yeah.
So John should be looking at $100,000.
Now, does Patrick... I'm asking this legitimately because I haven't crunched the numbers here. Would he make his money back?
No. Patrick would lose money on that.
All right. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Is there a chance that could make money?
This is the brilliance of Patrick Melton, is that he's willing to put that out there, and he's a gambler. I'll be playing poker with him tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. He just landed in Atlantic City today. I'm driving out tomorrow. He's a gambler, and he knows that John will not call this bluff because he put in there, if John accepts and then backs out, John has to pay him $100,000.
All right, you know what, John? $4 million for the IQ.
That's what I mean. He'll never do it.
What's the stipulation if John loses or gets knocked out in the first round? Does he owe Patrick money, or what's?
No, he wouldn't owe any money. No.
So as long as he takes part, because I think Dabbling Doofus's point is John will only go one round. As soon as he sits on that stool after round 1, he's cooked. The adrenaline alone with the amount of medication he's on and alcohol he drinks, he ain't going to survive one round.
Yeah.
That's the other problem with all this, because I was listening to you, Karl, and I think you might have come to the realization when I was listening to you talk about that Legion of Skanks clip, where it's fun to fantasize, like you were like, oh, that'd be awesome if this happened. That John's never going to do any of it.
No.
Like, what are we even talking about? He's never going to do any of this shit. Like, it's funny to think about, whatever, and it's funny to think of a way to fuck with John. That's why I'm saying to Tookie, like, just accept the fight with no cameras, set a date, and then say you beat him, because that was John's idea.
Right.
But like, John's never going to agree to any of it. He just wants to puff out his chest and be like, we'll fight each other. And then when you're like, I accept, he's like, I'm busy. I gotta shower.
But the stand-up comedian won't work a fight with a puppet. Like, come on, like take your $7.5 grand and work a fight with Tookie.
Right.
Mess around for a few rounds.
I know for a fact that Rock would be all in. He loves that kind of shit. If John messaged him on the side, just went, all right, how we doing? How we playing this?
But John doesn't think that John's like, Tookie is evil.
Right.
And he'll expose me, and which maybe he would, but John doesn't think of anyone in that way. Like, he's well past the idea of using any of this for comedy.
I just love the
John
fact
has no
that
material.
I love the fact that the
material.
chat is completely turned. I mean, I shouldn't say turned. The chat is completely 100% telling John he's a pussy and calling him out for this.
What?
I know. Go figure.
They've sunk that low.
so John has to deal with this every day, which is great because that's what he deserves. For acting like a tough guy. I'm not an internet tough guy. I'm a real tough guy, is actual words. And so he deserves for everyone to be calling him out for this. He should be shamed into going to Las Vegas and fighting Tookie. Dabbling Doofus, I want to give you the last word.
John is so hard up for material. I don't know if you guys watch it, but he's talking extra slow. I've had people ask me to speed up my clips when he's talking so that it goes at normal speed. So he's dying for material. This would be perfect for him. I don't understand why John can't embrace the Dabbleverse, the gift that has landed in his lap, and make the money that he sorely needs.
That's a great point. One of the reasons why I love doing the live shows like Hackamania and the other live shows that we do, I did a show with Mike in Boston last year, is the build up to it is so much fun. Gives you something to talk about, the build up to it. You do the show and then you talk about what happened to the show and in the green and all this kind of stuff. Like this, John needs to get out and do stuff. This would be perfect for him to actually get in a boxing ring and he'll be humiliated. Whatever. He's a 60-year-old drunk. Who cares?
Tookie has a theory. I don't know if he's backed off on this, but I heard him say this the other day, and I'm curious all your guys' thoughts. Tookie, maybe I shouldn't say it too loud, but Tookie thinks John's going to show up this weekend.
Yeah. I think he might be right. I think someone's probably sponsoring John because he asked the sorcerer, John did, weeks ago. I'll go to Atlantic City if you pay for my flight and pay for my hotel room, which is the reason why he went to Atlantic City before. Someone paid for it. And then he just dropped it. He just never talked about it again, which tells me something happened behind the scenes, whether it was the sorcerer or Vince the lawyer. Someone was just like, John, I got you.
Yeah.
And then John said this thing when he was calling out Tookie and said, you don't even know where you're going to see me.
But could he keep a secret like that? Wouldn't John do something where he's like, all I'm saying is Saturday or whatever? Like
yeah.
Where he alludes to it, you know?
I know what you mean. I hope I see John this weekend. I'm excited about it.
That'd be nice.
My fingers are crossed. I hope he sits down and plays poker with us.
Sunday, 9:30 a.m., United States of Australia. I've got boots on the ground. The great NJ Ranger is there. He will be live on the show. So anything happens, we'll have it.
Excellent. I would love, this would be a dream come true. I'm sitting at a poker table with Tookie and Patrick Melton, and we have Kevin Brennan and Stuttering John at the. I hope this happens this weekend. That's my goal in life.
What a dream that sounds like.
All right, so Dabbling Doofus. The other thing that John's been doing is striking channels, which just makes him a villain. I don't know why he celebrates himself for this. He seems to just arbitrarily choose who to strike, and it's these DMCA strikes that I guess kind of go over the head of YouTube. They're kind of forces their hand to take videos down. You just got a strike from John. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and it was odd because he struck an early January video that had about, 25 views. And when I looked at the timestamp of what he was actually complaining about, it was you know how he does the stupid limeade with the water?
Yeah.
Well, it was that stupid skit, and that's what he claimed in his copyright strike. So
Well, that's a little
clearly,
don't you think? That's a little over the line.
right. I mean, why copyright that? But also, the video made 25 cents, and yeah, I think it was clearly just to find out who I am so that he can try to shut me down.
Yeah, that's a theory because John was going to go to small claims court to sue Cardiff, but the whole reason for that is because then he would get Cardiff's actual information and location, that kind of stuff. He'd be able to dox him.
So I was surprised to hear you got struck because all the other strikes that I knew about were like Vengeance, where it was like Schmule and Karl and Cardiff, like people he talks about and hating all the time. There are other channels that clip John that like he hasn't gone after, so I didn't expect him to do that, especially one where it's clearly so transformative, like your channel.
I do go a little hard in the paint on John at times, so maybe the Stuttering John army has been whispering in his ear that, you know, I'm not his biggest fan. Just a theory.
Well, it's interesting that he was really upset with OJ. When OJ was sniping him, he was pleading with OJ to stop doing it. And then when they met in person, he's like, can you just do it 3 days a week? Please just stop sniping me. But yet he doesn't go after any of the Clippers. And the Clippers have been pulling, I mean, sometimes 20, 30, 40 minutes at a time of John's show.
Go after them either, by the way. Don't give him any
No, I definitely not. I don't think he should. And it's been brought up to him, and he's just like, I'm not doing that, at least for now. But it is odd how he's choosing who to strike.
Yeah, and that's why I think it was a shot across the bow of now he's noticed me and I'm on his radar.
Mm-hmm. So what's your next move?
Well, I've actually had a pretty big outpouring of support from the Dabbleverse. I've had people contacting me to help. It's been really awesome. So obviously I don't want to tell you all my legal strategies, but let's just say the Doofus Army is on it.
Actually, let me bring this up real quick because you put a post up that showed the strike that came in. And on this post, you have 105 thumbs up and 106 comments where you showed that John was striking your channel. So yeah, you're getting a groundswell of support for this.
It's been really great. It has the exact opposite effect that John wanted it to have because I've gained a lot of new subscribers. So though publicity is bad publicity, right?
This is yet another rake that John is stepping on. He does this all the time where he thinks like, oh, I'll get you, I'll strike your channel. And then John's channel got struck. And we've talked about this. John was threatening Tookie for the first 45 minutes of his show. And it wasn't just one person who put in a community strike against John. It was dozens of people because I got a lot of them messaging me and saying, hey, I struck John's channel for this reason, that reason. They all were taking credit for his show getting taken down and his channel getting the strike. It's like, so John's introducing this idea into the Dabbleverse that we should be striking each other. It's a terrible idea.
Do you think John gets confused by dabbling doofus where he's like, hey, you're not me? Like, it's like a cartoon where we have to kill the real John now.
I have had people tell me that my avatar is too pretty and I need to make him really ugly. But can you imagine staring at John video all day, that gruesome face, and then having to stare at an ugly avatar for hours on end editing? I can't do it.
Listen, I have to edit my own face, all right? So if I have to do it, you have to do it, dabbling doofus. How dare you?
John played about a second and a half of my show last week. And I wanted to strike him for not playing more of it. I was very disappointed that he stopped it after 1.5 seconds. I wanted to see him watch 6 or 7 women call him a disgusting piece of shit. It would have been great.
Add some context. For how.
Hey. Sorry.
All right. Dabbling Doofus, thank you so much for coming on the show. I just wanted to let people know that Dabbling Doofus is an amazing daily show that recaps Stuttering John's podcast. And what's great product is that you give a recap of what happened on John's show. You tell everyone, here are the highlights. And then you go, and I'm going to show you the clips. And then you show the clips and you have some commentary on it. It's a great way to spend 20 minutes in the morning getting caught up on what John did the night before. If you missed it, or if you have a life, there are better things to do.
It's like the MLB app where it's just every pitch. It takes out all the boring parts.
Yep.
Good.
I watch condensed games for NHL, and it's fantastic. It's 10 minutes. I see every good play, every goal.
I've had people tell me that they're bringing their families to watch it, so I'm, expanding the Dabbleverse.
Yes, you're doing the Lord's work. Where can people find you, Dabble and Doofus?
You can find me on Twitter at Dabble and Doofus. You can also find me on YouTube, obviously, at Dabble and Doofus.
Thanks for being on, buddy.
Appreciate it, Karl, Mike.
Yeah, good luck
Aussie
with
Guy.
good luck with the strike. We're
Godspeed.
rooting for you. Godspeed, buddy.
Appreciate it. Take care.
It's so funny. Mike didn't think that was a real person. He just thought it was an AI thing.
I thought he put a prompt into AI and it just spit out John's voice. And then when he came on and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
It's hilarious. All right. Real quick, we're going to get into Nick Rekieta versus Kevin Brennan and Anthony Cumia versus Opie and Ron the Waiter and Schmuel Buckman versus Geno and Keanu. All sorts of things going on.
Yes.
But first,
Yay, super chats.
Brando's been a member here for 7 months on the Blind Mike Project's channel. Love WATS, but this show is also great. Mike's honesty and disdain for low-end characters makes my weenie tingle. Good seeing you today, Mikey. R.I.P. Rimo.
Thank you, Brando. R.I.P. Rimo.
The Tommy Jordan is here. I'll wait. $2 says, new show is great, guys. See y'all in AC. I'll wait.
Thank you, buddy.
I'll wait for you guys to have Tommy Jordan on. That'll be great.
Tommy Jordan, I'm going to high-five you, motherfucker, when I see you.
I assume we will. He's a big star, right? I hear his name a lot, Tommy Jordan.
Oh, he's out there. He's doing it. Dwell XL became a YouTube member. Thank you, Dwell. Voltaire says, this is great, guys, but when does Chili DeCastro / Delete Laws content that I come here for start?
We're getting there. Don't worry.
When he finishes the board game, we'll cover that.
We'll play the board game.
or maybe Cardiff will, or Blind Mike's new show with them. I don't know what's happening.
That's right.
Hack Ride $5 says, Aussie Guy, thoughts on new Carnival album coming out soon after a long 13-year wait. SCO.
Crickets.
All right.
You don't know what
that means? No, I don't know what that means at all.
What? What?
Thanks, Casey Day. Thanks for ruining the flow of our show.
Do you really not know what that means?
No, I have no idea what that means.
What a strange guy. Hello.
I assume Carnival is Australian. That's all. That'd be the link. I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know that for a fact.
Casey does do that. If you're from an area, he's like, you must love everything there. That is true.
I don't know every band from America, so I don't blame you. Ray DeVito, the gummy smoker, has the actual photo of Casey Day as his avatar. It says, no, Dean, he's upset about having contracted AIDS.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
AO513, the doofus is the man. What an addition to the Dabbleverse.
He does a very good job. I'm surprised it took so long to have a 20-minute recap of Stuttering John shows. It was much needed.
Brilliant idea. Raper Bud is here for $5. Says, every strike Tookie lands on SJ, he should have to remove a channel strike. I like that. That's fun. Do jabs
It's
count?
weird that you're allowed to do that many.
I know.
You know?
You'd think that there would be there should be some kind of counter action people can take that's like, this guy's obviously abusing this system.
Yes, but then there's also, like, for example, if you play, I don't know if it's still like this, but I know for a time, like, if you played clips of Kill Tony, or so, like the bigger Barstool shows, whatever, there were just algorithms that automatically struck those.
Mm-hmm.
So YouTube might even just see it as that, where it's like, maybe this guy has something in place where it just strikes fucking everything that plays his stuff, you know?
No, it's all manual. These are all manual strikes, so they would see that. Yeah, because honestly, I just put out a Whitney Cummings video. First, I did the show live, and then I put out the segment separately. And both times I got struck because I had her on the Daily Show. So both times it got struck by that. But it's like, yeah, it's like an auto strike that comes out, and they have to go in and be like, this is fair use for this reason and that reason. And then they let me put it up.
I guess my point is, even if it's manual, like stuff like that happens where, if everyone's talking about that episode of The Daily Show, then it's going to be, hundreds or maybe thousands of channels that they have to strike. So them looking at John striking 30 times is not that crazy for them.
True. No, that's a good point. James R. $5 says, I keep thinking John's talking. Dabbling Doofus, my favorite channel now. Thank you for daily recaps of this drunk. I donated to Doofus to fight the bum. Thank you for that, James.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. He's fantastic. All right. Next topic of conversation. I want to talk about Nick Rekieta versus Kevin Brennan. I've been following that this week, and I've been watching the back and forth between these two. And let me just summarize it like this. And Aussie Guy, if you're following this, I want to hear your take on it, because I don't claim to be an expert on all things Dabbleverse. But Nick likes to play the game of, I don't even know who these people are. Like, do you guys ever heard of Chad Zumock? I mean, who is this guy? Nick, he's Kevin Brennan. Have you ever heard of this guy? And it's like, that's a weird tactic to take. You're talking about him.
I'll tell you who it's a tactic of. I don't think Nick's a big fan of this guy, but it's very similar to the clips I found of Geno, where it's these people, these mentally ill people that all day are like, I hate the Dabbleverse. I don't want to be part of it. But it's all they talk about nonstop. And it seems like Nick is getting sucked into that, I guess.
Well, Nick's description of the Dabbleverse you guys played last week was literally, he was talking to Geno.
Yes.
Like he said, the Dabbleverse is all these shitty comedians that live in New York that can't pay their bills. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So Nick's doing I don't even know who this person is, and it's not important, even though he's talking about it on his show. So my thought is always, if I'm going to bring something up on my show, I better think it's important and try to convince the people who are listening and watching that it's important, because otherwise, why are we talking about it? It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself.
It's obviously important to you. It's a very Aaron thing to be like, it's so beneath me to talk about this, and then keep talking about it all the time.
Right. And then Kevin Brennan's thing is he just repeats over and over again that Nick did coke with his kids.
With his kids. Come on, kids, get around.
Yeah. Like that's like Kevin's thing. And he repeats it over. Oh, well, he had Mike Buschetti on. He's like, yeah, Mike, you can't believe what this, the other thing he has to say, Nick Rekieta, as if that's just going to keep getting funnier and funnier. He just says Nick Rekieta over and over again. He goes, Nick Rekieta does coke with his kids.
Hey, Mike Buschetti, you'll have an articulate thought about this. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Mike Buschetti's take was literally, he goes, is that legal in that state? Like, that's a funny line. Can you do coke with your kids in Minnesota? I don't know. I didn't look it up.
Unfortunately for Nick, though, that he has to eat that. You know what I mean? Like, you were in that polycule with all the cocaine, and your kid tested positive for cocaine. False positive or not, that happened. You've got to you got to live with that.
Right. I don't know that I would say to an attorney that they did coke with their kids over and over and over again.
No, of course not.
On YouTube, I personally wouldn't do that. But that's how Kevin plays his thing, so it's fine. I don't care. Now, how did this beef start? My theory is, and Aussie Guy, I look to you. I hope you understand this. I assume it's because Nick reached out to Scarlett Hampton, and Kevin has Scarlett Hampton on the show, and that's like his biggest moneymaker. When Scarlett's on his show, he makes more money in super chats.
Oh, really?
When Scarlett's on the show. So is Kevin feeling threatened by Nick reaching out to Scarlett Hampton?
Yeah, I think Kevin, I mean, if it's one of his guys, quote unquote, I think he's always trying to dissuade them from being involved with anyone else. With Rekieta, I think Moody said it on This Little Piggy. It's a surrogate April. This cute little blonde.
Yeah.
And Aaron Imholt's the same. It's a surrogate April that he can call a whore, a co-caller, a drug addict, all of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny how both of them have just slipped into their April roles with Scarlett.
You're so right. And it's because she lives in Wisconsin? So they see her as like another, it's a rural Midwestern blonde coke whore that we could either ridicule or fuck, depending on whether you're Aaron or Nick.
How can you look at that, what Scarlett is doing on the internet, and be like, I'm into it? I'm
right.
I'm rock hard.
This is my biggest problem about Matt Mead. When Matt Mead was like trying to win her back or whatever he was doing, simping for or whatever, you're just like, this woman can't put two sentences together. Like, why do you love her? Why are you claiming you love her? Why do you want anything to do with her?
I can't imagine. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm about to give an outrageous take. I'm not fully convinced yet that Scarlett isn't fucking with everyone.
Really? I mean, it would be a masterful job.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why I might agree with you is because of the video that came out recently where she's being interviewed as the valedictorian of her high school.
Yeah, she's not happy with you about that.
I know. I saw that. It's not even...
I was just about to say, like, I can't imagine wanting to be involved with this woman. And I literally sent Karl a tweet the other day because Scarlett's like, hey, you're playing videos of me when I'm 17. And it's a tweet I'm tagged in. And I'm like, what did you do? I don't want any part of this lady.
Yeah. What happened was I tweeted out, I was promoting that we were doing Dabbleverse Live. And then for some reason, Scarlett responded to that with, hey, you should ask my permission before you play a video of me from when I was 17, which is what I did on Dabble Point on Monday. It had nothing to do with this show.
Right.
So Mike's like, what is this all about? I'm like, oh, I did actually do that. I did play that video, but it has nothing to do with Dabbleverse Live. She's responded to the wrong thread.
And a video of Scarlett Hampton when she's 17. I'm like, how did they allow that on YouTube? I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Well, we didn't sexualize her. We didn't talk about anything like that. Like, that's the whole thing. I don't know if she watched it or not. I don't know what Chad did because she's mad at Chad for playing it. Chad probably sexualized. I have no idea. But we literally just went, holy shit, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Like, look at the way she's so coherent and she's intelligent and she's answering these questions like a normal person.
I don't think that means she's fucking with everyone just because she did well in high school.
No, I'm not basing it purely on that. And like I say, I'm just saying I'm not fully convinced. I'm a long way there. But there's just a few little things, and I've had a couple of brief interactions with Scarlett, mostly through DMs, but I did also receive an audio recording from her.
Yeah.
An
audio fly to Wisconsin and fuck her.
I wish. No, an audio recording where she was very coherent and lucid, and a couple of things that she said in messages that's like, yeah, I think she gets the game around here. Like, create some controversy, get people talking. It's what gets the money coming in.
But do you think the slurring is a bit?
Don't get me wrong. She's definitely a drunk and doing drugs. I'm not saying that's not true.
Matt Mead came out and said she did coke all day and all night and drank vodka. And that's
I was gonna say that would be tremendous acting if she's if she's faking all this.
No, and that's what I mean. Like there's just some things I think she's playing up a lot. You know, like the fully rambling. She's got to know there's people talking to her. She can't just be shutting out everyone and just going on these complete non sequiturs and all that. Like, there's just little things where I'm like, I think she's playing some of this stuff up, playing the game.
Interesting.
All right, so whatever the reason is, Nick Rekieta, hilarious. Hit the like button.
Hey, Karl, some things are too far. This is my channel.
Aaron loves his ricotta cheese.
Nick Rekieta and Kevin Brennan are having this internet feud. And so Kevin's on MLC, and he's got his buddy Chad Zumock on there with him. And Nick decides to super chat. And this gets Chad. And you said this earlier, Dean. Chad never goes for the joke. He's never funny. And I find it odd, the angle they take with Nick Rekieta, and I get it. The Kiwi Farms people, they're all like, this is a trad dad who turns out he's like into drugs and sex. And it's like, are you guys trying to make drugs and sex sound not cool? Because it's not working on me. You're not convincing me. And I was like, oh, what's this guy up to? He's fucking some guy's younger wife and doing blow? Like, yeah, what a loser. Ugh. Who likes that?
I guess if he has kids in the house, though, it's a little...
Listen, I'm not moralizing. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, this happens all the time, every day, all over the place. I need to worry about Nick Rekieta doing it. I don't care.
Carl, this isn't convincing anyone you're not gay, all right? It's just
fair enough. That wasn't my goal, but you're right. It's not working. Anyway,
right, fellas?
Anyway, this is Chad's response to Nick showing up. Now, Chad, of course, is sweeping for Kevin Brennan. It's nonstop. Like, I'm Team Brennan. That's what Chad has to do. But this is embarrassing even for him.
Ricotta Law. Oh, look who it is, Nicky Ricotta.
Oh, whoo!
Nicky Ricotta claims that my show's not edgy enough. I'll give him his props. Doing coke with your kids is edgy as fuck.
Nick is a coke addict.
I'll never be that edgy.
Nick's
like, your
on
show's old-fashioned. It's boring. It's not edgy. It's not edgy like doing coke with your kids. That's a fact, Jack.
Nick Rekieta's on probation for coke. He lost all his money. He looks like a 12-year-old with tattoos. He's a douchebag.
What is this?
What is Chad's problem with Nick?
Because he's team Kevin. He has to sweep for Kevin Brennan. But
okay,
what is this sing-songy thing where he's like, he's on probation for coke? What is he doing? No one has a bigger criminal record than Chad Zumock. So it's like, is that his angle? This guy broke the law? We're clowning him for that? What's going on here?
When you sing it, it's funny.
No, it's embarrassing. It makes you look like a child.
I can't believe he didn't turn 3 slows in a chat into some sort of polycool joke. I would have thought anyone could have bounced back at Nick with a polycool joke on that, you know?
Yeah, no, he's got no jokes. It's playground humor. It's like
this is where like when we started this show, these are the type of things I was like, maybe it'll be interesting how I handle it, or maybe I'll get sick of it or whatever. But I think there's another thing that turns a lot of people off. It's like we were talking about with Lewis before, where like just peripherally you see things. And like I'm looking at this, I have no fucking idea what's going on. But it seems to me like these two are just, meaning Nick and Kevin, are just having some fake fight because they have nothing else to do.
Right.
Like it doesn't seem like this is based in anything, where it's just they're using these surface level insults where if you Google Nick Rekieta, it's the first thing that comes up. There's nothing personal here. Like literally Kevin is at the level where like he's messing up his name. That's the depth of this argument. But like they have nothing else to do. Like wasn't Nick supposed to be like a lawyer, like a YouTube lawyer where he covers like legal cases?
Yeah.
There's like a lot of legal I don't know if you're aware of this. There's a lot of legal shit going on right now that could be interesting for him to dive into. And he's in a screaming match with Kevin Brennan about who gives a fuck.
All right. Well said. I'm 100% with you. I don't find this entertaining. This whole Kevin Brennan's mad at, person of the week thing. It's why I called him a one-trick pony at the beginning of the show. Like, this is the only thing Kevin knows how to do. Is like, we're mad at this person. And of course, Chad's a sheep at this point. And so Chad just goes, oh, I don't like Nick Rekieta. He does coke. Oh, Nick Rekieta is a coke guy. Blah, 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 blah. Like, okay.
Well, that's what I mean is like, I think Chad is in this thing where like he's defending his guy. Like he's on team Kevin because he's supposed to be or whatever. But like, I don't think Chad gives a fuck about Nick Rekieta. It doesn't seem like he has anything to say about it. Like neither of these guys have anything interesting to say about Nick. So I don't know why they're in this fight.
Right.
This is not just Chad defending KB, sticking up for KB. Chad's had this Nick thing going for a while. And he would always, he was always ranting about how Karl and Melton, none of you guys call out Rekieta. He's a piece of shit too. It's all Aaron. Aaron's a piece of shit. Nick's okay. Yeah, he's been on this for a while.
I've called Nick a piece of shit many times. So is Melton, for the record.
I Got Lars. That's a good song. And he'll say it's not an edgy song. It's not as edgy as doing coke with your kids. That's a fact. I Got Lars and a real girl bet on Chestnut Chad.
I mean, you super chat like you talk. It makes no sense.
Join Chad.
Watch his stuff, and I have to.
Ricotta might be the only guy in the Dabbleverse unfunny enough to lose a roast battle to Chad. So point Chad maybe said do a roast. Chad, will you roast battle?
Nick Rekieta is extremely unfunny. I watch his stuff, and I have to stop. Like he thinks he's funny. He thinks he's clever, but he's not.
This is Chad. Like, all right, Chad, roast battle, go. He thinks he's funny, but he's not. God, it's not good. Chad never thinks he'll go for a joke ever. It never occurs to him to try to be witty or interesting.
That's the strange thing about Chad is like when I hear him on these shows, he does seem very angry. But he called into Tookie and Cardiff the other day, and he seems so much more relaxed. Like when he's in a setting like that, maybe that's why I have like a soft spot for Chad. When I hear him in a setting like that, he does seem relaxed, which you never see John or Kevin or Aaron. Like you never see them like that. Where like Chad can actually goof on himself, and Tookie's making jokes about Chad, and Chad doesn't get all upset. So like, of all these people that we've talked about so far in the 2 weeks of this show, Chad is the one that like I do see redeeming qualities. I'm sure I'll get shit for saying that, but like I don't see him the same way I view a lot of these other people.
Dean, thoughts?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying, Mike. You're right. When Chad's guard is up, then you're not going to get any humor out of him. But you're right. When he's relaxed and he's not taking himself so seriously, he can get into the moment.
Yeah.
He's always accepted my ball busting on Twitter pretty well. He doesn't get all shitty about it. So yeah, I think he can have moments if he's not feeling defensive about that particular person, he can roll with it.
Right. And like I said, I don't follow him all the time, so I'm sure he has a lot of moments where I would roll my eyes and be like, this guy seems like a pain in the ass or whatever. But I just see enough where like I've watched a lot of John and I've never seen him take a joke well. Whereas like in 5 minutes of watching Chad with Tookie and Cardiff, I was like, oh, he seems much more relaxed than a lot of these other people.
You're comparing him to the biggest lolcow of all time.
Yeah.
He's not as bad as the worst person. The guy who started this entire Dabbleverse. He's not as bad as that guy. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, yeah. That's all I'm saying.
20-year comedian can be kind of chill with the guys that he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
Fair enough, Mike. Point taken. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to this is breaking news. This is all happening this morning and today. Yesterday on WATP, I was on with Adam Bush and we were playing Opie with Ron. That's the new show. Opie with Ron the waiter. And Ron breaks the news that Anthony Cumia is DMing him. Anthony's a fan of Ron the waiter. He's praising him in these DMs. And we played this. We're like, wow, what is going on here? And Opie flipped out. He's like, that's so gross. Why would he do that? He's
Can I
freaking out
say,
about it.
I never believed that Anthony had Reddit accounts that would fuck with Opie until this moment where I'm like, he does love twisting the knife on Opie.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. There's a lot of news to come out right now.
Okay.
We're going to start with this morning's show, the Opie and Ron show. Opie is rewatching back to the Opie and Ron show from yesterday, where Ron is explaining that Anthony is DMing him. And it's very similar to what Stuttering John does, where Opie's watching himself and is like entertained.
This guy's good.
Smirking and laughing. Yeah, it's very funny. But it's important for the context of it because we covered this on WTP yesterday, but it's important for the context of what we're going to find out what transpired today.
There's a podcast that watches me religiously. Thank you.
But Anthony DMs you.
Anthony, honestly, I don't know what your problem is with Anthony. He is so complimentary to me. Like, he's almost like a father figure. He's like the father I never had. Always complimented me. By the way, literally, dude, I think you're so smart and funny. And you're so smart, you play like you're not smart. Opie doesn't understand what he has with you.
That's what Anthony said. Wait, let me play the video.
Okay. So you hear how Opie's kind of setting this up. He's letting Ron walk into a trap here. He goes, oh, so yeah, you were saying yesterday that he's DMing you. And Ron's like, yeah, in fact, he's talking about how amazing I am and what a great co-host I am. And everybody's going, oh, we did say that, huh? Okay. Yeah, let's remind everyone what you said on the program.
This dirty Guinea in South Carolina just rubbing his hands.
Play the video
Which video?
Because where you talked about this because people are talking, bro. You get, I mean, the good.
Anthony is here in the chat, by the way, watching along.
You're an evil man.
He knows what the payoff is going to be on this. This is fantastic.
You want people talking, right? What was it, 2 days ago or yesterday? I don't even remember. You were talking about Anthony DMing you. So let's play the video. All right. Here it is from yesterday.
Tune in to Anthony's. Dude, they talk nonsense.
I wouldn't know.
And you can tell because they do that fake laughter when the other person's like, oh, they give fake laughter to each other because it's so bad.
Ron, these guys want to love you, so don't go after Anthony. They want to love you.
By the way, Anthony's a big fan of mine.
They want to love you. They want to love you, so don't go after Anthony.
Hold on.
My point is, I don't know what Anthony does. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. I don't know if he's still fake laughing like he did a lot back in the day. I have no idea.
Can I say this?
Yeah. Had this clip prepared?
Yeah, Opie had this clip ready to go.
Not since Sam Roberts and E-Rock were doing his work for him have I seen that. I've never seen him have a clip ready to present.
It's wild. He was like setting Ron up for this. He's like, yeah, so Ron, you were saying that Anthony's DMing you? And he goes, yeah, he says, I'm the best. He's like, yeah, I know, you were saying that. In fact, this is what you said. He pulls up the clip. He's ready to go. Like, Opie is prepared for this.
Travis Teft timestamped this for him? I don't know.
No, you're going to find out. This is for good reason. What's up, Aussie Guy?
Well, I was going to say, the guy that's not in the Dabbleverse stumbled across a Misery Loves Clips clip.
That's true. He is playing us for Misery Loves Clips. Yes.
Right.
And Mike, I'm going to do a hack ride. You can't see this, and I don't normally see this. Ron fucking leaning into the camera every time he talks is so distracting. Why is he putting his face up to the camera every time he talks? It's wild.
It's obnoxious.
He's so good looking. He's so handsome.
That's how much we hate Opie, is that we're like, Ron's great. And yet Ron is like the worst co-host in the history of co-hosting. He sucks. But also the fact they're saying that Ron's going, yeah, I watch Anthony's just everyone's fake laughing at stuff. Anthony's in the comments here saying, I do a solo show. Who am I laughing with? Right. And the balls of Opie to be like talk about fake laughing. That's what Opie does. But okay, let's get back to the video here.
Anthony has DM'd me several times.
Of course he has.
Saying, I love your work.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. You're obviously a very intelligent guy.
Right.
Keep it up. I enjoy watching you guys.
Oh my, why is he watching us? I don't watch him. That's fucking creepy.
Oh, he watches
on Facebook and seeing what your ex is up to. Oh, what is she up to? Oh my God, does she have a new man in her life? Oh, why would you watch me? Clip it.
By the way, there's a lot of podcasts that are watching us, and some of their and like a big portion of their podcast is commenting on our show. So we're doing something.
Have fun, you weirdos.
That's fun.
Ron's loving it.
If Anthony's DMing you, trust me, I know we're onto something. He did the same shit to Karl. The fucking weird, dude. It's weird. I couldn't tell you what Anthony does.
Okay, so that's Opie's reaction yesterday when Ron goes, Anthony is DMing me, right? Yeah. And I'm playing this clip, and Anthony is watching WATP as I'm playing this clip. And Anthony's going, wait, what is going on here? Ron's claiming what's happening?
Oh.
So check this out.
I really thought Anthony was fucking with Opie.
I know you did. This is great. So now let's go back to this morning show, and Opie is once again setting Ron up.
Like, how many times has he DM'd you, Ron?
Honestly, it's none of your fucking business. What DM is meant to be private, but very complimentary. By the way, you said he did that to Kyle, didn't he?
You're being a little aggressive right now about this. It's a simple question. It's a simple question. How many times has he DM'd you, Ron?
Sorry. That's irrelevant. It's the context.
Because people are talking, Ron. People are talking.
Yeah, right. This is the leave it alone moment. You can tell that Opie's winding up for this one. It's fantastic.
Start rattling your spoon in the microphone, Ron.
And what are they saying?
Well,
so Opie goes, people are talking about this. You know, the Misery Loves Clips clipped it. We talked about it on WATP. People are talking about this. So Ron goes, we're getting attention. This is great. What are they saying? So check this out. Listen to what Opie goes to here.
Well, one of the people that wrote me is Anthony.
Yeah, God.
Is Anthony. I had to wake up to this shit this morning, Ron. I woke up at 4. First thing I do is check my phone. And I got a text from Anthony. Remember I said I had something juicy, Ron?
So Ron walked right into this. He's still like applauding. He's all excited. Oh, my buddy Anthony messaged you. That's exciting. Now, Opie's going to reveal Anthony's text. So remember, Opie woke up to this text.
Be great if this was a third Anthony.
And the text is...
Be great if what?
If this was a third Anthony, another fake Anthony. None of
it's real. I can tell you firsthand, because I have the screenshots on my phone that were sent to me from Anthony, this is real.
Okay.
This text went to Opie from Anthony. I could prove it. Okay. He's going to read it right now.
One of your problems is that you believe everything anyone tells you. But as soon as Anthony wrote, one of your problems is I didn't listen any further because I'm like, the amount of problems Anthony has, he shouldn't be giving me advice on the problems I might have.
Opie, first off, good advice can come from unlikely sources. So don't just dismiss it when someone you're just like, well, he has problems too. Yeah, but also you should listen to that. Like, yeah, don't just believe everything everyone tells you because you end up like saying ridiculous shit and acting in manners that comes back around.
I would also say you can't read a full sentence out loud and go, and I stopped reading halfway through the sentence.
Right, yes.
He actually said stop listening. So
stop listening, yeah.
To my head, you know?
But anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this text.
Chuckle. But the next part, Ryan, the next part is the juicy stuff, Ryan.
Let's go.
The next part is the juicy stuff. I've never DM'd Ron. You hear something and run with it like it's the truth.
He DM'd me. Maybe he doesn't remember. I could find it, but it says Anthony Cumia.
Oh, well. Then
he DM'd.
Who could possibly handle this as Anthony Cumia? It'd be impossible to do.
We probably have 9 in the chat right now.
Right, yes.
And Anthony's only had about 15 Twitter accounts over the years.
The O in Anthony is a 0, but still, I'm pretty sure it's Anthony Cumia.
It says Anthony Cumia. How dumb is this guy?
I know, he really is stupid. He's so naive. This is great.
Once again, from Anthony, who doesn't text me. I don't text him. I texted him after his major heart surgery. We were at peace, and then he went back to trashing me. But besides that, I don't text the guy. He doesn't text me.
Okay, more on that coming up in just a moment. But so Opie's here claiming we don't text each other. And all of a sudden I get a text from Anthony because you're out there spouting that you're getting DMs from this guy. So he has to go out of his way to say that not true. I did not DM Ron. And Opie's believing Anthony on this one. And so he's like, Ron, are you sure you got a DM from Anthony? Are you sure?
All right, where did he say it? Did he DM you?
I think it was in a DM, but he said it.
I think. You got Anthony mad at me, and now you're saying I think.
Hold on. Anthony got mad at you? He's already mad at you. He started off the text by saying, besides many of your fucking things I don't like about you, fucking Greg Hughes.
Don't deflect, Ron. Don't deflect. It's about you right now. Did he DM you, Ron? All you have to do is show the DM, and we're
but
good.
how do I do it? It's on my phone.
Oh, God.
So Mr. Los Cliffs put this up, and he put, it's called a screenshot.
Right.
Yes. Like, how would I possibly prove that I got a DM? It's very easy to do. It's on your phone.
Hold your phone up to the screen.
That's one of the ways to do it. I think he uses his phone for StreamYard, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is going. Is there any chance that Ron made it all up to fuck with Opie? Is there any chance of that?
That is one of the theories. And I think that's what Opie thinks. I think that's why Opie's just like, dude, you're saying that Anthony's DMing you and saying you're amazing on the show. Are you fucking with me?
Interesting. I just believed Ron was so dumb.
Right.
Just a different Anthony _Cumia messaged him, and he was like, oh,
Right.
you're the real guy.
So we were doing WATP last night, and Adam Bush is looking at the chat, and he goes, Anthony's in the chat and just said that he's never DM'd Ron. And then Anthony's in the chat just now saying he also never DM'd Karl Ruiz because Opie's going, this weirdo's always DMing my co-hosts. So Anthony's like, I don't DM Karl Ruiz. I don't DM Ron Berman. I don't know what you're talking about. None of this fucking happened.
So Opie's just been believing like some troll has ruined Opie and Anthony forever. The reason we look at an Opie and Anthony reunion at Skankfest is because of Antthony Kumia.
It's Kumia with 2 O's for Umia.
Right.
This fucking idiot's just like, well, I got a friend, I got a fan. No, the other thing that you heard Opie say there is he goes, we don't ever text each other. You know, I texted him after he had his heart surgery. We don't text. So Anthony sent me the screenshot. Anthony texted Opie after his mother passed away back in November. Oh, a really nice note. Never heard back from Opie, but Anthony reached out.
Opie's like, it's probably the account that's messaging Ron.
Right, yeah, we didn't believe it. And then he messaged him again to say, by the way, I'm not the one DMing Ron, and the fact that you just believe whatever people tell you is why you step on rakes all the time.
Right.
So Ron's got a whole theory, and this is wild. And thank goodness Opie's not buying it. He's actually smart enough to realize Ron's an idiot.
I actually think he did. And I know Anthony Kumia.
Lies, Ron.
And I know Anthony Kumia is the puppet master for that fucking podcast. Can I say it?
I know whatever you want to do, Ron.
Yeah, fine. I know Anthony is the fucking puppet master for that. Is it WATP, that pro tennis tour acronym? It sounds like a women's pro tennis tour. Semi-pro, actually.
Wouldn't the A be amateur, women's amateur, and whatever, it doesn't matter.
I know Anthony Kumia is pulling the strings on WATP because several times a day I get DM'd by them fucking trying to woo me to them. They have offered me a full-time job.
Okay, so people are fucking with Ron.
Carl, Adam Bush was too much for us to handle. We can't do Ron on Wednesdays now.
I am telling you, I don't have any full-time. I'm the only full-time employee here at WATP. The fact that Ron's going, they're trying to hire me as a full-time employee, and he's saying that we're trying to woo him multiple times a day. People are fucking with Ron if this is true.
I now believe Ron is lying.
Oh.
I at first I thought, fake Anthony Kumia is messaging Ron. Of course. Why wouldn't that be the case?
He's fucking with Opie.
There's no way that simultaneously, unless it's the same guy orchestrating some master plan, messaging him as you and Anthony, there's no way that two people randomly, totally separate from each other, one messages Ron as a fake you, and the other message him as a fake Opie. Not that many people care about Opie to orchestrate this.
I can't get people to care about Opie. I'm trying.
Right.
I should, by the way, mention on this show for a new audience that February 13th is the next Ron Day, where all the super chats on the show go to Ron and Opie has to match it. And my buddy Mike Boudet from Sword and Scale is going to give a substantial amount of money. And I think we all should do that.
Sure. I'll throw in for that.
Yes, we should all do that. February 14th, that Friday morning is Ron Day.
That's awesome. I'm in.
To them.
Yeah, Anthony's in here. He says, I do 9 hours of shows a week. Where would I possibly find the time to be the WATP puppet master? This is a hilarious theory. I remember Kevin Brennan years ago going like, well, Karl just does whatever Anthony tells him to do. Yeah. Do you think Anthony has time to communicate with people about what he wants them to do? He doesn't give a fuck.
Yes, Patrick Michael eclipse today, Karl.
Right, yeah. The beauty of Anthony is that Anthony lives the life he wants to live all the time, 100% of the time. He's never like worried about like, what's WTP say? I better tell Karl to do this thing.
Ron is lying. I've dealt with enough pathological liars in my life to know that immediately when Opie started smelling bullshit, he goes, well, WATP messages me all the time. Thinking that Opie's going to go, oh, maybe it's that nasty Karl guy orchestrate. You know what I mean? Like, just completely, because he never brought up when he was talking about Anthony, he was never like, and that his buddy Karl messages me. They all like me. That never came up before.
And he's heard so much praise from you guys about fucking with Opie or giving Opie pushback.
Right.
And he sees how worked up Opie gets when Anthony gets brought up and WATP gets brought up. Yeah, I'm thinking he's fucking with Opie.
Yeah, I agree.
They have offered me a full-time job. They want me the fuck away from you. Who truly wants me the fuck away from you? Anthony Cumia, WATP, on a daily basis says, Opie doesn't appreciate you. All he does is bash you. We love you, Ron. We appreciate your talent. You bring everything to the show. All he does is interrupt you, and we'll actually pay you. That's Anthony Cumia. Anthony's devious. He's like the guy in The Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
You mean the wizard? He's like the guy behind the curtain in The Wizard of Oz. Was it Scarecrow? I can't remember. The Tin Man? Was it Dorothy?
Unwavering in the idea that maybe it's a fake account. He's fucking with Opie completely. And he hears you guys. Now he listens to every time you talk. If he sees Opie in the fucking title of your show now, he's always watching. So he hears this feedback that you guys give him, and he's regurgitating that to Opie. This is not someone messaging Ron. He's right in the sense that he's communicating with you through your show.
Yeah.
He's hearing what you say on air.
It's a ballsy move, Ron, because no one wants to hire you anyway. So keep the gig you got.
I like that theory. I'm not 100% in. I think there's a version of this where Ron really does think that we're seeking him out, and maybe he did get a couple. I know that Adam's reached out to him. Adam Bush has.
But
so
maybe
maybe
he's a full-time job?
No, definitely not. Maybe he's exaggerating things and building things up, or maybe someone is fucking with them, or there was a fake Anthony Cumia account. This is the truth of it. This is what really happened. Anthony, because he talked about this on his show today, Anthony went on Facebook and DM'd Ron for real after seeing this and told him, hey, idiot, you've been bamboozled. I've never DM'd you. So whoever you think is DMing you and praising how great you are, it is not me.
A fake Anthony enters the mix.
No, the real Anthony. I'm telling you, he's in our chat right now. He was on a show today talking about
He messaged Ron on Facebook to get him off the trail.
And he even said, will you go on Opie's show and explain that I'm not DMing you, that I'm not, because Opie was just like, wow, what is he, like some weird ex-wife who's like checking me out on Facebook to see who I'm with now? And Opie's going on and on about this. So Anthony's just like, no, I don't give a fuck. I see you through who are these podcasts from time to time, but I'm not paying attention. I have a whole other thing that I'm doing over here.
And Anthony's like, I've got a pretty sweet gig. Karl offered me a full-time job.
The critics of the Dabbleverse always call us a bunch of boomers, and you didn't help that by saying Anthony messaged Ron on Facebook.
Well, Anthony even said, he goes, I haven't been in Facebook in years, but I logged in, because that's how you know it's the actual person. You know, it's not like a Twitter account or something like that. And yes, I'm a boomer. I said Twitter, not X. Sorry, D.
Everyone says Twitter. That's fine.
I say Twitter. Fuck that.
All right.
It's earlier that Anthony lives the life he wants, but I'm not sure that's true now that I'm picturing him having to remember his Facebook password and forgot your password. He has to reset it now just to message Ron, hey, dummy, it's not me.
So, like I said, Anthony went on his show today and addressed all of this. And he also, props to Anthony, pointed out that he'll be at Hackamania. And he tried to figure out how to plug this event that we're all going to be at together.
Oh, wow.
So looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This is Stalin19 who pulled this clip. Thank you, Stalin19. And thank you, Pest earlier and Misery Loves Clips. This show wouldn't exist without all, So throw to Burrow and Doom, and they're all fantastic.
All these fucking morons delete their streams now, too. So they're very important, these people.
And Mossy Clips, who's TV's Will Heron. Fantastic clippers.
I don't know how. I got to talk to Mr. Melton about how to plug this. Like, where can people go? Hackamania? Is there a Hackamania site, Sean? I figure I'm getting all this free first-class flight out there. Room. There it is. I figure I better earn my keep. Oh,
first class, huh? I'll have to talk to Patrick about that. First class. Interesting.
Patrick's just hemorrhaging money on this thing.
I know. That's what he does, though. Patrick wants to put on a big fun event. He does a great job.
It's the 10th through the 12th. See, I don't even have the dates right. It's the 10th through the 12th. Hackamania 3. Go there. What is it? Hackamania.com? Easy as that. Going to be playing a lot of blackjack, but don't f me up if you want to take a seat next to me at a blackjack table in Vegas for Hackamania, do not my game up. What does it matter what cards I take? It's all the same. No, I don't believe that. If you're hitting on your 16 while the dealer's showing a 4 up.
Who the fuck is doing that? Andy, where are you playing blackjack? Who the fuck is hitting on a 16 against a 4? That is outrageous and absurd. John Sarasani would be very upset about that.
Oh, you too. I'm sorry I'm missing this. It seems like it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Hackamania.com, promo code WATP. Am I allowed to do this on your channel? Not even sure. Oh, 10% off your tickets using.
Come here. CUF.
No. Promo code WATP at Hackamania.com. April 10th through 12th. We'll be in Las Vegas with Anthony Cumia and Patrick Melton and Tookie and not OJ.
That's true.
That is true. So we'll see you there.
Oh,
let's get caught up. Let's get caught up on some super chats, and then I have the Schmuel Buckman versus Geno stuff.
But I was segueing then. Damn it!
Very exciting.
Fascinating. So this is Icon Bucket. Sensitive Karl skips super chats to protect Cumia. Is that true?
Did you?
That's big if true. Did we read this one? Yeah, that's the Dabbling Doofus is his favorite. Very good. Looney Tunes Critic. Looney Tunes Critic, $5 says YouTube copyright algorithm is inconsistent at best.
Yeah.
You can get a live stream taken down when playing previously approved videos. Okay.
It happened to me the other day. Blind Mike project just ended. I don't know. The last 2 minutes are cut off because I was playing that stupid fucking Darman video.
Oh, I saw that. Which, by the way, that Darman video was fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun.
Great choice. Now, Looney Tunes Critic, I will say this. That is true, but there's a reason for it. Like, for example, you can't show someone using a gun on a YouTube live, but you can if it's been uploaded and approved by the system. And it just it's not. There's a reason for it. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, that is true. You can play videos that have been approved on your live stream and get struck. You have to be careful. At Hackride, hey Aussie guy, you a fan of Sticky Fingers or COG?
Sticky Fingers, I think I've heard of.
You like Foster's?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Jacob Shed. Has anyone noticed how far Brennan has sunk? He lost 50% of his audience from 2 years ago. Yeah, I have noticed that.
Yeah, when that I was saying that, I forget the context. I was saying this the other day, but that Porcelain made a documentary about Kevin Brennan, and that was kind of his peak, where like Kevin Brennan almost seemed cool, almost like Red Bar. Like he had a Red Bar kind of mystique to him, and then ever since then it has just been downhill.
I talked about that the other day. That's the only Porcelain documentary where I actually came out liking the person more at the end of it.
Right? Yeah.
Zumimic $2 says Chad is still mad Nick got with April and not him. Very possible. There was a time when Chad was all in on SAing April.
I was going to say the vague threats.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into this because it was Hughesy's channel. It was the Hughes show.
Yeah.
Where Hughes, by the way, is brilliant at this. He brings on two different people who don't like each other and then gets the fuck out of the way.
For a guy that gets shit on, like I hear him on your show, and I know a lot of the comments are this guy doesn't shut the fuck up. So you would not expect him to be good at this. He's great.
Yeah, he's great at this.
When he had Dean on with Aaron, like he just stays the fuck out of the way. He knows his role there.
Yeah, he had no idea what was going to happen that day. No idea.
Yeah. No, Hughes does a great job because he makes the facial reactions like, whoa, what just happened? Like, he knows what's happening. He knew he was setting all this up.
It's what you look like when you got a fence permanently in your asshole, you know?
Is that what that is?
No.
Well, anyway, Hughesy didn't have Geno on. He had Keanu.
Same thing happened to me.
I actually never responded to you, Aussie Guy. You sent me a message, your interview with Geno and Keanu. It's very good if anyone wants to go check it out. But what I found really interesting about it was Dean is having an interesting conversation with Keanu about how, she kind of mentally, dances through supporting Aaron, but not supporting Rekieta. Like this mental gymnastics she does to be friends with Aaron. And then just out of nowhere, Geno starts yelling in the background. These two, they need a bigger house. They need something. Geno needs to leave the house when she's broadcasting or something. They can't be in this finite space and I can't imagine if my girlfriend was over here and every time she heard something she didn't like, just piped in. Like, it would be so infuriating to me if you're trying to do a show. So it's an exhausting way to live. I don't know how they do it. And Geno just keeps interrupting and keeps basically saying "fuck you" to Keanu every time she does one of these shows.
Pretty much, yeah. Disrespects her.
Yeah, Aussie Guy interviewing Keanu is fantastic.
Yeah,
you should definitely check that out on United States of Australia's YouTube channel. For some reason, it has not gotten the views that it deserves.
There's a bit of a fart in the wind, yeah.
A little bit. All right, so this is before Geno joins the show. This is Schmuel Buckman talking to Keanu on Hughesy's show.
So I won't, and that's fine. My show isn't meant to be a Dabbleverse show. I talk about I don't even like to say the word.
But you're a regular on Stuttering John, so it's going to be a Dabbleverse show.
No, my show, right? It doesn't have to be, but I like going on John.
But we don't get to have it both ways, right? We don't get to say, I'm going to be a regular on Stuttering John, and I'm going to be, I'm not.
All right, Schmuel is making a brilliant point here.
He's 100%. It's not arguable. Right. He's correct.
Schmuel Buckman is going to be on this show next week. We'll be back to our regular time, 4 p.m. Eastern time on Dabbleverse Live.
I'll talk to you about that, but all right.
Oh, all right. I guess we're not doing it 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. But whatever. We'll be back Thursday for Dabbleverse Live. And Schmuel will be on. And what I love about this is that Keanu's just like, well, my show's not in the Dabbleverse. Meanwhile, Keanu goes on Stuttering John's show multiple times a week and talks mad shit about Schmule and me.
Right.
How could you be on John's show talking shit about Schmule and me and be like, I don't know why people are acting like I'm in the Dabbleverse. Like, no, everything you do on the internet will be part of the Dabbleverse now.
I particularly wanted this clip without even knowing you were going to play that Rekieta clip earlier, just because it's baffling to me. These people that all they do is talk about this stuff. And then they're like, oh, it grosses me out to even say Dabbleverse. I wouldn't dare sully my vocabulary with the word Dabbleverse.
It's funny that you say she's on Stuttering John, so let's not forget that she's been linked to Aaron Imholt for a year and a half. And also, for 3 weeks straight, her and her mother covered our show because we do regular Keanu segments. So they've had my show up, 3-4 weeks in a row.
Well, I think we're thinking too abstract about it. Who's she saying this to? Schmuel Buckman?
Right.
Hey, Schmuel Buckman. I'm not a Dabbleverse show, you asshole.
She's not usually show talking to Schmuel.
I'm above that.
Well, yeah. Why do people associate me with this world? I don't even get it.
And Mike, you can't see this, but behind Schmuel it says Dabbleverse Podcasting Guild.
Yes.
Right.
Dabbleverse. I mean,
I can have it however I want to have it. I can talk about people that talk about me. I don't like sit around and watch clips of. I very rarely watch a clip that has nothing to fucking do with me.
She backtracked quick on that. I don't sit around and watch clips. I mean, every now and again, I guess.
Right. So, but if this entire group of people is talking about me all the time, then I might. Then it might leak into the Dabbleverse because they can't stop. That's all. I mean, I'm not shitting on the Dabbleverse. It's not something I like ask to be a part of.
But the thing is like, so Doom.
So she goes, it's not something I asked to be a part of. Now
you don't have to ask. I didn't ask either. I'm just
that's not how that works.
Yeah.
But Geno, a couple of months ago, had a meltdown where he was like, Karl, you suck. You're the worst podcaster. You're only popular because Anthony Cumia put you up on his platform, which, by the way, no one got more exposure from Anthony than Geno, but apparently I'm popular because of Anthony. Okay. and he goes, yeah, Karl, clip this. I want to see you respond to this. And I never did. I ignored it. I never responded to it. Geno was trying to become part of the Dabbleverse at that point. He was asking me to be a part of it, and I said, no, thanks. Keanu was saying, I never asked to be part of the Dabbleverse, and yet here she is every week on Dabbleverse Live we will likely cover Keanu because she's very much a part of it. It's not about asking to be a part of it. That's not how this works at all.
I'll tell you who asks to be a part of it was Aaron.
Right.
And then everyone was like, wait, this guy should be made fun of. And he was like, you're all really gay, actually.
Yeah, the Dabbleverse sucks. Who even wants to be a part of this thing?
But I would say to Keanu, like, if you don't want to be part of it, don't be. She's like, oh, well, these videos are talking about me. Wouldn't you respond? I talk about Joe Rogan many weeks.
Yep.
He's never gone on his show and gone, well, this blind Mike got a bee in his bonnet for, you know? Like, just act like you're doing something on your own show. You don't have to respond just because people are talking about you.
Yeah, tell me you don't understand how the internet works without telling me you don't understand how the internet works.
Well, the reason we started covering Geno was because, Karl, you ruined an episode of This Little Piggy by inviting him on. You had Mike, Adam Bush, and Moody. And then you brought fucking Geno into that. And I took that personally, Karl. I was personally offended. And I was like, why is nobody shitting on this guy? He is awful. And that's what started us covering him. And then slowly everyone's sort of caught up.
Well, speaking of Geno, he decides to interrupt this program because he can't help himself. Because no one uses headphones. That's another thing. If I was living in a one-bedroom apartment in Harlem, and I'm living with another podcast, there's just Geno and Keanu. They're constantly streaming for $0 every day, all day long. And no one's ever wearing headphones, so everyone's overhearing conversations. So Keanu's yelling at things that Geno's doing and vice versa.
And this is not like, I guess it's out of context in the sense that the clip just starts here, but we didn't cut off some long Schmuel Buckman rant against Geno. It's not some thing where like Geno has no choice but to interject. He just all of a sudden, and this is a guy who doesn't want to be involved in the Dabbleverse, again, has a beef with Schmuel Buckman. Well, I only know that name because he chats Dabbleverse shows. Like, that's how I know his name. I didn't realize he was on these shows. That's how I know his name is he would chat like WATS or whatever. I would hear his name or see him on Twitter. So, like, Geno is down in the mud with these characters, and then he's like, I'm not one of you disgusting people.
And I just want to say, Schmuel's great. He comes to all the shows. He'll be at Hackamania. I'll see him in Atlantic City this weekend.
He's not great.
I'm sure he's a lovely guy.
You're not a fan, but
no, look, I love Schmuel. I hate Schmuel, the broadcaster, but I love his show.
Oh, I thought he was good on this thing. This is the only thing.
What do you hate about Schmuel, the broadcaster? I think he's really good.
Oh, go watch his show, Karl. Go watch his show. It's atrocious. If this was on Schmuel's channel, it wouldn't have gone like this. Schmuel wouldn't have been so clear and concise about what he had to say. He was stepping up for Husey here. He doesn't step up for his own show. He invites people on and gets them to do his show for him.
All right.
I guess we're in for it next week then.
Well, no, he's going to step up for us.
He'll step up for you guys.
Yeah,
and then he'll do an after show where he invites on Panhandler.
Thank God.
And says Panhandler do the show
I
for
don't
me.
mean that. This is a weird thing I have noticed about the Dabbleverse since doing that show. I'm not saying that as a diss to Schmuel Buckman. No one knows who I am either. What I'm saying is, like, I know that name because of the Dabbleverse. And Geno comes on here and he's like, you listen to me, Schmuel Buckman. And he gets all pissed off. It's like, well, Geno, how do you know this guy? How do you think you know this guy? Was he on the Tonight Show? Or do you know him because of these shows?
Right.
You know?
And Schmuel crushes Geno in views.
Oh.
And
sure
I think he's
everyone
beaten
does.
Keanu as well. Yeah. It's...
All right, let's get back into this debate.
You guys don't give him enough credit. He understands it's like sort of a shit show, but it's funny.
Imagine saying these shitty things about people that someday you'll see in real life. And then when you see me in real life, you're like, I was just doing that for super chats. And then you'll look like Schmuel. What a piece.
This is a wild thing to say because I see Geno and Keanu in real life. In fact, the last time I saw them, we were having dinner together at Chrissy Mayer's Content Hotel. And since then, they both talked nothing but shit about me. They made up lies about me and talked all this shit about me. And Geno's going, imagine saying all this crazy shit about people you might see in real life someday. Yeah, I can imagine.
Keyword in there was super chats. That's the crux of this.
That's
Geno
what it all
doesn't
comes
get
back
super
to.
chats. But people that make fun of him get super chats, and he's bitter about that.
Dude, super chats ruin people. It's So I was on the way home from the recording studio today. Producer Chris and I are driving back. We're recording a new album with the Isotopes, and we're listening to Chad Zumock put out an episode of Chad Zumock doing his stupid Zumocky award show.
Okay.
And it's embarrassing. He has Tom Myers on, and he has Clearwater Chad.
Sounds like a good show.
And Chad's unprepared, and it's illogical and nonsensical and unfunny, and they're doing the show. And Chris and I are like, why would someone embarrass themselves like this? And then you forget, Kevin Brennan showed them all that you could put zero effort into a show and people just throw money at you. And they're all trying to recreate that. They're all trying to be like, how do I make $200,000 sitting in my house doing nothing? And Kevin has that gift. He can do it. No one else can. No one else is pulling it off. Everyone else is embarrassing themselves.
Right.
Including these idiots.
I was just doing that for super chats, and then you'll look like Schmuel. What a piece of shit.
Rubber ducky hat. At least he put that on.
He's a piece of shit.
I mean, there's no comparison. He's like
maybe Schmuel Buckman for shitty things on Twitter. I have no idea what his interaction is with Schmuel. Geno looks so much worse here. Like it's a guy that you don't have to interact with. You weren't on this show. He's not saying. I listened to the whole thing. He did not say anything over the line or nasty or anything. And he was having kind of a nice conversation with Keanu. And this fucking maniac Geno hops on here and is like, "Fuck you, motherfucker." And it's like, no, you're the deranged one, Geno. Like you're the one behaving horribly here.
And Mike, Geno's take is, who cares about any of this? No one even cares about it. It's like, you're the one who's putting yourself in the middle of it.
Right.
You could have been taking a nap. You could have been watching Sports Center. You don't have to be on the show. This isn't your show.
It's fine not to care about it if you don't care about it.
Right.
If you're actively getting really upset and worked up about it, then it's a little weird to say you don't care about it.
Yeah.
Schmuel does great here. Sorry, Schmuel does great here, but it's also devolves into the reason I didn't really respond to Geno when he was yelling at me. Because it's like all these voices and all this noise, you're not really getting what anyone's saying. And I hate when shows devolve into that.
Yeah.
All the Schmuel's comebacks were great, but then Geno's constantly yelling, and then Keanu's piping in. He's the guy behind the saw puppet. Like it's just noise.
Agreed.
Geno, either let the lady do her show or you come on here. I don't need this like sniping shit from you. Either come on and be a man, right? Or go do what you're gonna do.
Let Husey host the show.
Go do what you're gonna do. You don't have to keep interrupting, Geno. We get it. You're fantastic. None of it.
Someone else's show and going, let Husey host the show.
Right.
Like Geno was an uninvited guest here, and he's yelling at Schmuel about interrupting.
Just know that you're so wonderful.
Schmuel, do your plugs. What do you got, Schmuel?
he has a bathtub with his rubber ducky again.
What's your plug, Geno? Sunday night at Rodney's for a bringer show.
That's a good line, by the way. That's a very good line by Schmuel.
Bringer.
What's it? Yeah,
yeah, bringer.
He wishes.
That'd be good.
Yeah, right. Then we get some at the door if that were the case. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. I guess
that's secret show Sunday, February 15th, Rodney's in Manhattan. Yeah, Gladys put it together for us. What do you got to do? Pay her $5?
Schmuel, whatever you say, like, watch. I guess that's it. I guess you'll have to come out to see. But Schmuel, if that makes you happy,
Geno, I've already seen you perform. If I want to see a drunk perform, I can go to the bar around the corner.
Watch this. Oh no. Okay.
I'm convinced he is the man behind the saw puppet. He is.
Schmuel, whatever you say, people will believe you because you'll never leave your house and you'll be dead soon.
Geno,
Schmuel,
I'll be in Atlantic City all weekend. Come see me. I'll be there. I'm there. Okay. I've been to every event that's gone on. Right? I've been to Sullivan's. I've been everywhere, Geno. I don't know. I don't know what your deal is. You like to say people live in their house, and you're not in the Dabbleverse, but all you can do is keep yourself in the Dabbleverse.
No.
Schmuel, what are you doing in AC, and how do I keep myself in the Dabbleverse?
Geno, all you talk about is the Dabbleverse, Geno. It's your whole life. It's your whole life, Geno. Your whole life. The only engagement you get are from people in the Dabbleverse. Otherwise, you're doing a show to 14 people.
Another brilliant line.
I don't get this idea. This is very Stuttering John-esque of Geno to be like, hey, say it to why don't you say it to my face?
Right.
Well, because I'm a guy on the internet that doesn't know you. You know what I mean? Like, why does my opinion matter that much to you? That's what people do. Is it, has Schmuel Buckman said hurtful things that are over the line? Did you know? Maybe. I have no fucking idea, but maybe he has. But like, that's what people just ignore it. Like, I've said shit about Brendan Schaub. And if I ran into Brendan Schaub, he could tear my fucking head off my body.
Mm-hmm.
But like, also, if Brendan was like, hey, you're the guy that talks about me all the time, why don't you say it to my face? I would say, well, I guess I could. I would much rather do it on a show because in my personal life, I don't think about it that much.
Right.
Like, I would much rather do it on a show for content. So if like you want to fire up the cameras, we can do it. But like in reality, I don't really give a shit that you put on a horrible podcast every day. It means nothing to me. Like, I'll talk shit about Geno on this show. If I ran into him at a bar, I wouldn't say anything because I don't really care that much. I care in the context of this. I don't care in the context of the real world going, hey, man, you suck. Like, why do they need that? Why do they need you to say it in real life? I don't get that mentality.
Also, Geno is disingenuous where he's just like, once you leave your house. And Schmuel's just like, I go to all the events. Like I said, I saw him in Vegas last year. I've been seeing him in LA City this weekend. He leaves his house. He does stuff. And then this idiot, Geno, and his wife, Keanu, stream from their house multiple times a day, every day, all day long.
Not just that they each stream. Every time I've heard Keanu on a show, I hear Geno in the background yelling stuff.
Right. So the fact that they're just like, you guys aren't living your lives. It's like, dude, no one's on the internet more than you two.
Right.
We're all witnessing that.
It reminds me when Geno was screaming at me, what do you do all day? What do you do? What do you do all day?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how specific do you want me to get, Geno? I've got a lot of responsibilities in my life and they change from day to day. You know, like I do one stream for like 2 or 3 hours a week. Like I see you constantly online. Like who's getting dissed here?
Fellas, tell me if this is sexist of me, but I feel bad for like Keanu when I watch these clips because I feel like Keanu's like savable and has just gotten mixed up in this. Like she's on John's show, which is an inexplicable career move. I don't know why you would do that. She's in Geno's world. Like I feel like she just got swept up in this, and like now it's what she does. She doesn't strike me as bad as Geno say. You know, am I just saying that because she's a woman and I feel bad for her? Or?
Potentially, yeah, she's not savable. I did have that feeling as well, and that's why I did the interview with Keanu because I thought, hey, maybe if she hears someone articulate it, present some clips, all that, she might start to get it. But she was just, no, I'm never wrong. And I've seen a lot of her and her mother doing a podcast together, and I don't know that Kiki got told no a lot when she was growing up.
Okay.
And getting back to your example about, Brendan Schaub, say it to my face. The weird thing is that we do roast style shows. So if you see people on a roast, they're not going to like go in the green room and just like punch each other.
Right.
That's the point. It's a comedy show. We're like doing jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
So if Brendan Schaub came up to me or whoever that I make fun of, Stuttering John, let's say, and he's just like, oh, Karl, why don't you say something to my face? I'm like, well, say something dumb and I'll respond to it. Like that's what I do.
That's what, to clarify what I meant is like, I'm saying all stuff I believe in.
Yeah.
But it's not stuff I need to get out no matter. I'm not an insane person.
I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to make fun of John today.
I'm not in my life going, look at what Brendan Schaub did.
Yeah.
I talk about it with, I'm like, the audience is watching and we're all kind of like, we all find that funny. So we'll talk about it together.
Right. But these people take it so personally. And it's one of the things I love about Patrick Melton is he talks about how he makes these people feel feelings. One of the traits of the lol cow is that they can't take anything at face value. They have to get emotional about it. And like Keanu getting all emotional about this thing. He's like, I never asked to be part of the Dabbleverse. Or Geno, the way that he's responding to it. They're so fucking emotional about it. It's just like, hey, just bust balls and have some fun. That's why we're all here.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out. It's not a big deal.
Well, Keanu was busting balls. She saw the duck on Schmuel's hat. She had multiple duck jokes, little ducky jokes. She's got the man behind the saw mask. She's riffing.
She said he's the man behind the saw mask like a half dozen times.
It comes up again. Don't worry.
Yeah. Schmuel Buckman's eventually just like, it's not going to land at any point. I don't know what your point is.
But that's actually a great example, though. You've made that insult to Schmuel. He's not having a meltdown about it. Right. What? How, would you say that to my? I'm a human being. Why would you say this to me?
I have other hats, you know. No, it doesn't do that. All right. Well, it turns out that we don't matter at all.
Oh.
So Schmuel, when I leave here, what do you think happens? Do you think I sit there saying like, I hope the Dabbleverse doesn't squeal on me? You guys don't matter. No. You don't. And the fact that you sit there and be like,
Geno, if we didn't matter, you wouldn't be on here yelling at me. Obviously, the Dabbleverse upsets you. No, dude.
It's perfect response by Schmuel. This is not, Geno was not on the show. It had nothing to do with Geno. He's overhearing something that's happening, comes out and starts yelling at Schmuel and saying, the Dabbleverse doesn't matter. Schmuel's like, well, then why are we having this argument right now? I wasn't even talking to you.
Either that or fucking Geno's like John Nash and Schmuel never existed. He's just yelling at nobody.
right. That's also possible.
We were watching Keanu and Mike Lean watch Geno yell at me a few weeks back. And Pat Dixon was on with us. And he goes, wouldn't it be hilarious if Geno interrupted this to yell at you some more? And I sort of laughed. Because I knew what was coming. And then, in a couple of minutes, Geno interrupted and started yelling at me again. It's like, it's been 3 weeks, Geno. What's going on?
It matters to him. And he's yelling that it doesn't matter to him. It's wild.
Yeah.
Dabbleverse gets you. You're just everything. I'm winning. Nobody wins as much as you, Geno. All right, you win, Geno. Congratulations.
Geno knows his aesthetic.
Keanu is sitting here. We're having a conversation. We're doing a show, but you just can't help interrupting yourself. And all you do is talk. Keep going, Geno.
No problem. Watch this. When I leave, Schmuel, do you think I'm like, wow, I really hope the Dabbleverse doesn't ruin me? No, Schmuel. You have
you're ruined already. I mean, there's not really.
That's an interesting thing that Geno says. Do you think I'm worried that Dabbleverse will ruin me? Geno has ruined himself. I've defended Geno many a time. I've been very friendly with him. I've seen him stand up a few times. I've been very respectful to him. This guy's out of control. He's lost his mind. He's ruining himself. It has nothing to do with the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, and I certainly can't speak for everyone in the chat, and I won't. But I personally, none of the people I've ever made fun of, I've never been like, I hope that sticks with them in their personal life.
Yeah. I hope this takes them down once and for all.
Go home and think about that.
It's an insane thing to think.
I've just been watching Adam Hughes from Belfast, Northern Ireland. He's British. His facial expressions throughout this, it's fascinating to watch him. He's just mesmerized by what's going on in front of him.
Yeah, he plays this very well. I agree.
Yeah.
Much. I mean, they could possibly help you, right? You could go along and you could probably, earn something.
Geno, to people like you, and I can't thank you enough for that.
So I've listened to Geno's recent stand-up, and Geno is a funny guy. It's the reason why R.D. Lang latched onto him, and Geno has some chops for this.
I wish I could do the Tookie right now.
Right.
Hardy was not in a great place at the time, to be fair.
That's true. That's a good point.
He also had Mario Bosco on his podcast.
That's okay. Also a good point. Good point. Maybe these are punching bags. He had Mike Buschetti was his co-host. All right. Yeah. You guys are all making good points. The thing about Geno's current act, and I wish he could get out of his own mind space and figure this out, is that he does this thing where he's like, guys, it's okay to laugh at offensive things. And then he says offensive things. He's like, it's okay to laugh.
Yeah.
And he's constantly like breaking down the fourth wall. It's like, we know we're at a comedy club. We're here to laugh. Don't stop telling us that we're allowed to laugh. And he can't get out of his own way. When I saw him perform stand-up at Chrissy Mayer's thing, he's railing against YouTube. He's like, YouTube sucks. Isn't it the worst? And we're all like, no, I use YouTube more than anything else in my life. It's great. It's got all the things that I like. I go on there. It recommends videos I might enjoy, and I do. It's amazing.
Especially
Mike?
I was like a big anti-cancel culture guy, and like I was with Geno on a lot of that stuff. And like, the idea that YouTube is harsher now than they were 6 years ago is
it's 2026. Trump won the election. We won, Geno. Moving on.
He thinks they're harsher now than they used to be.
It's so stupid.
Geno's the poster boy for like making conspiracy theorists sound crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like when Geno's the loudest voice, everyone goes, "Oh," as if COVID was a setup, you know, because Geno's ranting and raving with insanity, whereas some of us are like, yeah, like he doesn't speak for us. Like we agree with the crux of it.
Yeah.
But his words are not
agree with things I believe in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, one more clip from this.
Yes, for an answer, Schmuel. The reason it bothers me is this is a statement on society, okay?
Whoa. He just admitted it does bother him. He goes, the Dabbleverse doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter to me. And then it got to the conversation long enough. He goes, well, the reason why it bothers me. Okay, so you just admitted it does bother you. Fair enough.
Seeing clips of people literally lying about you every single day, wouldn't that bother you, no eyelid saw puppet guy? Yeah. Wouldn't that bother you a little bit? Okay.
It's amazing. Keanu hung out with me after the WTP live show at Chrissy Mayer's Content Hotel and then made up a whole conversation that didn't happen and told Kevin Brennan that I was worried that she was going to report to Kevin Brennan my show wasn't good and I was scared about that and I was a nervous wreck. She made up all these lies about me. And then she comes on a show, like she has no self-awareness. She's on the show, she's like, well, how would you react if someone was making up lies about you on the internet? Like, yeah, that's exactly what you do, Keanu. It's insane.
Again, I don't know that I'd like it, but like, I wouldn't handle it like this.
No,
You know what I mean?
definitely not.
Fucking every week, people tell me I can actually see, and I've never once been like, "Hey, motherfucker, what? I have a family. I have a family."
I actually saw you driving down downtown Boston.
Say it.
You own a Lexus. I've seen you, motherfucker.
Shaq's told a story about getting in an elevator with you, but
That's right. One of my favorite stories ever.
I noticed this. Keanu, Chad, Steel Toe, John. I think they consider hypothesis and opinion lies.
Right.
Like, so when we're on a show and saying, this is what we take out of this is my opinion, they're lying about me. That's not true. It's like, well, no, nobody said it was fact. We're riffing here, you know?
Right, yeah.
Having people literally lie about you every single day. Imagine, yes, Geno, we have different tactics here, right? Imagine, wouldn't that bother you a little bit? What if I said Schmuel is the actual guy behind the saw puppet? What if I said that it wasn't?
I think that would actually be pretty cool, but
perfect response to that. Like, I don't get bent out of shape because you made up a lie about me. It's fine.
I mean, also just saying that, like, what did Keanu think was going to happen? He was going, "Whoa, oh my God, I see it all so clearly now."
Right.
A dose of my own medicine is so bitter.
Keanu's so stupid. They're both retarded. It's wild what's going on with the Biscontis. All right. We got to wrap things up.
Oh, man.
I have to play you Steel Toe playing basketball because it's too funny.
Okay. Can I just play one quick clip? Just
Do you want to get in on this, Aussie Guy?
Yeah, just in the aftermath of that. So Geno's talking, constantly says about how we're all just like shitting on people and how shitty a life could you have?
Really think that, winning at the Dabbleverse, making money shitting on people is great. God bless you. It just doesn't jibe with the good God. But again, where was I? Schmule, let me tell you something. Schmule cannot like his fucking dumb cunt wife. He can't. Cookie. Do you understand? But Schmule's dumb cunt wife, Cookie, fucking who he loves so much, he went on a Cancun fucking vacation with and spent time fucking streaming to 40 people.
Oh, someone's watching $2 Dan. Well done.
Yeah.
Geno, you'd fucking kill for 40 viewers for starters. Secondly, what's his wife got to do with any of this? Like, it's insanity. Like, it's such a crazy reaction.
There's so much there that he's like, "Oh, Schmuel's obsessed with me." I know where he goes on vacation. I know when he streams. I pay attention to how many people watch his show. It's like, yeah, Schmuel seems like the obsessed one here. And also to take it to the left, it's like, oh, all these people are hateful. I know about your wife who's not involved in any of this. I'm going to name her and shit on her.
Now, he's just said that Schmuel was on vacation and streaming to 40 viewers. Let's just close out this clip. Hang on. I'll scooch it back just a second or two.
people. 40 people. Now, you can argue when I was in the Dominican for Christmas, I did as well. But again, I have a Patreon. I have an obligation to my subs.
Schmule has members, Geno.
And Patreon is cooler, though. What does he have? YouTube members? Like some fucking loser?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What are we talking about? None of us have a huge audience.
No.
All of this is ridiculous. The fact that people, I hate that Aaron Himmel is just like, well, we have 400 today. But yesterday we had 600. Like, yes, that's the same number. What's anyone talking about?
Crazy.
Shut up.
To be fair, when you're at like 100 to 150, 400 sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. By the way, did you buy the fake views for my channel too, or is that just when it's on your channel?
Wow. I think we're up against TSN, so I think that's why we have fewer views.
Hey guys, they are fake.
Oh no, it's just me. Blame it on me.
This is why primetime doesn't work for us. We have Lucy Tight Boxes over on the Schmule network. How are we supposed to compete with that?
Yeah, she got her tits out. That's tough. I can get my tits out. They're hairy, but
no thanks. So we were talking. YouTube serves a service. So we were talking about both Chad and Geno on the show. One thing I wanted to discuss real quick, because you might know more about this than I do, Dean, is that Chad has been claiming that Geno was his spy at Compound Media.
Okay.
So Chad is the one, and I think this is what the story is, and tell me if I'm wrong about this. I think Chad with the TM Zumock dropped the hint that Compound Media was merging with Gavin's. Yep. Okay. So before anyone knew that Compound Media was going away or was merging with Gavin McGinnis and Censored TV, Chad Zumock was dropping that information. And now he's coming out and saying that Geno was the spy, was the leak on that. Geno is saying that's not true. That's definitely not true. I didn't tell Chad anything. And Chad is saying Geno was drunk and he forgot that he did it. Now,
that's a pretty good alibi for Chad there.
It's not a bad alibi for Chad, but Chad's also a known liar.
Yeah, it makes it tough. Look, I'll give Geno this. He's not really a liar from what I can tell. Like, he'll exaggerate and all that, but he doesn't seem to be an out and out liar. But I would believe that Geno was blackout drunk and, ran his mouth and that's how Chad got the information. I could certainly believe that.
I can understand that as well. Well, I was watching Keanu on a show where she was talking about this, and she, starts outing people and taking zero responsibility for it, as she always does. So I don't know what to believe with all these liars who are clout chasing all the time. It's hard to tell, which is one of the problems with the Dabbleverse, which is why I understand, going back full circle, why Louis J. Gomez is apprehensive to even be a part of this and include this in Skankfest, because it's a lot of shitty people doing shitty things.
Yeah. If you think it looks bad from the outside, imagine getting in there.
Right. And here we are, Dabbleverse Live on Blind Mike's channel. Like and subscribe. There's 771 people here. Hit the like button.
That's right.
Subscribe to this. Hit
Subscribe.
notifications.
If you're not familiar, check out the other programs. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
I got to tell you, I was, as I mentioned, I've been commuting the last 2 days, over an hour out to the recording studio for the new Isotopes album I'm recording. And I was listening to a phenomenal episode of Why Are You Laughing about the rise and fall of Comedy Central.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
And we also just did Doug Stanhope album review. We're doing tomorrow, if you want to become a member, an episode of Why Are You Laughing is going up tomorrow, early for members. And we're talking about Nick Mullen prank calls that he did right before Cumtown started. It's a thing that I love, that I want to show other people. I don't know if even that many Cumtown fans are aware they exist, so I wanted to play them tomorrow, which we'll do. And
I can't speak highly enough of that show. It's amazing. Why
it really is. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Cumtown.
Yeah, I thought you're not going to talk yourself up like that. But
it really is fantastic, Dean. You're right.
No, I think when that hits in the right spot, that's going to be big. You do so well with it. I was listening to the Karl Pilkington one today, which I thought was fantastic. You were very, very well researched. I'm full bottle on Karl Pilkington, and I couldn't pick out an error in there at all, Mike. It was very, very good. I had the magnifying glass on you, and you did well. It's phenomenal.
Thank you. All right, enough of that.
BlindMike.net, all things Blind Mike. including Why Are You Laughing, which is the program we're talking about. But the Blind Mike Project is what you want to watch on Sunday mornings, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern time.
That's right.
I want to leave everyone with this. I think this is an important thing to talk about and discuss, and that is Aaron Imholt posted this on his YouTube channel. It's him throwing the basketball around at the gym. The title of this is Aaron shooting 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. It has 87 views.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know why he posted this, but let's watch it for a second. A couple guys who are doing layups. We just saw Aaron's shoes. He set his phone down so he could film himself. There he is over there, bouncing the ball. And there he is throwing the ball up. This is for me and Dean. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry you're
Mike.
watching this.
This is classic middle-aged white guy throwing a basketball.
I love this so much. By the way, he missed. He ripped that one.
He definitely had a catch and shoot.
And he has to jog over awkwardly and grab the ball up. Let me grab that.
The people that watch the Minneapolis protest are going to love this.
Why would he post this? What's funny is that this little piggy shamed, well, I don't know if shame's the right word, but we forced Aaron out of his boxing gym where he claimed to be a coach, and we found out he wasn't a coach and that no one respects him. He has an 0-2 record. He's terrible at boxing, and he claimed to be this big boxer. Well, then he went to jail and he played basketball, and this guy who's a career criminal said he was good at basketball. So now his new identity is that he's a basketball player. So he's posting shit like this on his YouTube channel. Let's just watch the next shot that he has here. And he rimmed that one. And now he's up chasing it. Why would he post this video? Like, why not edit it down to the shots you made?
Does he get the putback? Does he get the putback in?
Oh, all right. I'll show the putback. All right, he got the putback. He is 6'2" or whatever. So
I was hoping he'd clang the underside of the rim anyway.
So that's Aaron playing basketball.
It's good stuff.
Wow. Speaking of good stuff, Dabbleverse Live. What a show we have. No, I'm just kidding. United States of Australia. Dean, the Aussie guy, thanks so much for joining us this week. It's been fantastic.
Thank you for having me. Sorry for tanking your viewers, but no, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good that you guys are branching out. Like, I think the criticism people had of Point Double Point is it just kind of became the same voices talking about Stuttering John. So, credit to you guys for.
Can I say one of the clips we played of one of the guys that was like, Karl doesn't have enough people pushing back. He was on the other day. I didn't hear him getting Karl's grill that often.
My boy Eckel. Actually, Eckel and I used to do a Ricky Gervais XFM show. It was called What's Your Handle? We'd go back through the Ricky Gervais show, and we just stopped doing it because we ran out of time and nobody was watching it. Eckel and I, we go way back. So it was good to hear his voice on Point Double Point on Monday. It shocked me a little bit. But no, it was good. Go subscribe to Eckel. But United States of Australia is every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. I'll go up against Blind Mike, but
his show ends at 9:59.
Or at least it does for you because you switch over.
What I will say though, if you're a Dabbleverse person, I always lead with Steel Toe and Blind Mike closes with Steel Toe. So you could actually start with my show and end with
bookend.
Mike's.
See what a different take.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're more of a goal guy. So yeah, I don't tend to go after the goal. So you get completely different stuff.
Oh, there you go.
It's all fresh.
Well, check out Dean. You can also watch whenever. So check out Dean live or after or whatever. So
that's the beauty of Aaron Imholt. There's a lot of different reasons to make fun of him. In fact, I will be in Atlantic next time you see me. I'll be on Nobody Likes Onions channel from a hotel room at the Borgata. Who knows whose? Because I heard from Patrick he didn't get a suite, so I thought I was going to be at Patrick's room, but I think he's got a shitty room. So whatever, I'll be somewhere in the Borgata doing this little piggy on Nobody Likes Onions channel tomorrow at 4 p.m.
It's been quite a week. I'm excited for that.
I know. I'm excited for it too. Aaron's had quite a week. He's flailing, and of course,
Bubble Popper is prepared for us.
Tookie will be back because Tookie's in Atlantic City as well. So
excellent.
It'll be all of us. Crook Danny became a YouTube member. Thank you, Crook Danny. Am I allowed to say thank you even though it's not my channel?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Thanks, Danny.
I don't recommend it, but it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like I'm overstepping my boundaries a little bit. Aussie Guy, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks,
You're
buddy.
fantastic. We'll be
I
back.
can't wait for a year from now when I find out how I was an asshole to you today.
Well, you got to bring up old shit.
We'll be back again next week on the WATP channel. I don't know when because Mike just hinted that it's not going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern.
A little earlier, I think, if that's possible.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll talk.
8 p.m. works well, but no, let's do it way earlier in the day. Let's see what happens. Sounds good. This is our new sign off.
Well, there you go. There's your Dabbleverse news.